deeper. Oh, real talk, we gather round. Stories to unfold. Beauty, tears, and laughter. Secrets to be told. Messy gossip flows like tea. Hide from each week. Living like we're shining bright. Our one is what we seek. The hope. Spill the tea. Just you and me. Laughing through the night. Smiling and free. Spill the tea. Just you and me. Laughing through the night.
Girl, did you hear what she did last summer? With her style and charm, she's a star. Flipping through glossy, the latest craze. Trying to cook, oh how they dazzle them. We keep it real, spilling the truth. In a circle of acquaintances, always from lipstick shades to lips, we sharing the vibe, feel the angelic breeze. Page by page, we turn our worlds, sit still strong and life unfurled.
Hey, ladies and gents. What's going on? It's Tokyo is Tuesday, baby. And we're here on the front porch. I missed y'all on yesterday, but sure, the tornado just wouldn't let me be great. I did make a post over there on my community tab, letting you guys know our current, natural disaster or what we had going on. It just was bad weather all throughout the day. I think even up until that night it was still raining on and off, and I didn't want to go live because I didn't know how good the internet connection would be in my small country town, so I just decided to not go live on yesterday. But I did miss you guys, and I was working on editing some videos because Vic to the Veil said, baby, you need to drop some in our dang on membership. Vicky, I got it coming, sis. I worked really hard yesterday. So if you just be patient with me a few more days, I think you'll be happy with the results. Anybody got any big news? Anything I missed? We do have to talk about Angelica real quick, because one of you guys did send me the link to Dennis's live. I did catch the live, and I did watch her short video that she did, the PSA to the YouTube streets. I did watch that, so I do want to talk about that first. So that's going to be our porch topic, our porch talk for today, and then we will get into our content, which is a subscriber's request. Hopefully the individual is here. If not, they will join us in the live because this is a subscriber's request. Okay, Miss Shirley and Gary with the T interview from a few years ago. We're gonna react to it. Hopefully brother Gary don't strike my damn channel, so y'all keep y'all fingers, y'all eyes, legs, anything that you can cross, baby, cross your heart and point it up to the sky. And hopefully Gary with the T don't come for me. Okay, let me get my note. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I forgot to bring my note. Okay, I'm back. I forgot to bring my bag in here with my notebook in here. Because I like to take notes while while we've been while we talk about certain things. So y'all know I'm creating my timeline. YouTube be hating I did not receive my notification. We just went live at 7. That's why I pushed it back, because y'all know I used to start the content at least without 5 minutes after the live start. But we doing our porch talk, which will give us about a 15-minute 20-minute grace period, depending on how damn if we get caught up, because sometimes we get caught up and it is a little longer. However, we ain't gonna cut it short if we in a good conversation, because that's why we here, right? So we socializing, we conversating here on the front porch. Yes, please cross your damn toes. And I know I usually come on at 6:30. I didn't check to see if anybody else was live. So hopefully they'll join us. They'll get the notification. But first up, hey everybody. Of course, I'm gonna speak to y'all because I want to read y'all comments as I speak to you guys. I think I like that better, doing the porch talk first and then saying hello and reading y'all comments about whatever the topic is. Oh, Tiff Dalton. I know I said I was gonna table super loser Tiffany Hilliard, but I just want to make a yeah, one statement pretty much. I'm not gonna go too deep. Yesterday, they had their first meeting since the election over at Dalton, the village of Dalton, and Tiff was a no-show. And it's kind of weird. I know I don't live there, so it's not like I got a dang on a fight, it's not like I have a, I'll just say what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna just say what I say. Forget that part. The meetings, I mean, it just to me looked like they went from knock down, drag out fights. It's almost like it's fake in a in a sense. Um, because now they're just getting along, they're passing bills, they're getting business done, and it's kind of almost like I said, it kind of looks fake. It's like, okay, what am I watching again? Where am I at again? But I am happy for them, and I'm happy that the business owners got a lot of license approved and signed off on, so they can open their businesses and bring revenue to the village of Dalton. I'm happy about that, but it's just weird seeing them sit down, being able to get along and actually get work done at the meetings. I guess I'll have to get used to that as time goes by, but I know I don't have a horse in the fight or whatever, but it's just my observation from their meeting. And that's it. They have a meeting tonight too at Thornton Township. I don't think she's going to show up to that either. And both of these meetings would have been her last meeting in those positions as the supervisor and the mayor. So she's probably going to be a no-show at this point. That was my little update for super loser Tiffany Hilliard. Now to Angelica. Again, thanks to the subscriber that sent me the link to go over to Dennis, because I was not aware what was going on between Dennis and Angelica. I just went over there for the tea. I wasn't over there that long, but I did see the clips that Dennis dropped of her snitching on her damn self. She like damn Ashley, the girl that we covered that put the HIT out on the individuals. I'm like, who go to the popo and tell on themselves? Who goes live and admit to a crime that they're currently, being charged for and waiting on their trial date? Okay, where they do that at? That made no sense to me. I always said if the head not right, nothing will be right. Yeah, cut the head off. That's how you're supposed to do it, or get the one with the biggest mouth, or knock out the biggest one, in the minions will follow, right? That's what we've always been told. But back to Angelica. I did catch Dennis. I did see This Is My Confession. I saw the confessions, her pretty much saying that she did tell Dennis about the air tag, and she felt like Dennis was retaliating against her when they were no longer friends, and he told Dana J, because of the time frame that Dennis told him, okay, it was retaliation because of the Mariah the Scientist interview that Sylvia somehow allegedly intervened in Dennis's interview with Mariah, and then Mariah asked him to take it down, but then she was BFFs with Angelica. So she feels like Dennis retaliated against her and went and told Dana J about what she had told him, okay, about putting that air tag in the vehicle. Now, Dennis did say he didn't know if it was the vehicle that Dana J was renting, leasing from them, or if it was another vehicle. I don't know that either, but I did hear the confession, baby. And I'm pretty sure Dana J has clipped it and sent it to the Popo. So we will see how that pans out for her. I don't know why she felt the need to go up there and even say anything about the case, because the last time I had watched her, she said she wasn't talking about the case. So I don't know why she felt the need to even mention that at all. But she a FAFO. She'll find out. She'll find out. And maybe she could do damage control, with her attorney. I don't know. But that's on her, because she should not have even mentioned it or said anything about the case. And especially not to the tune of that. Why did you tell? And in talking about the time frame he told, because you did, in my opinion, confess to a crime. Okay, so I'm gonna let that go. That was one thing I wanted to say about her. Then I had to double back, okay, about this PSA. Have you guys saw the PSA? Angelica did a PSA announcement over there on her channel where she wanted to get a message out to the YouTube streets. Now, baby, it was the messenger for me, which is her, Angelica. I don't feel like she delivered. She wasn't stern enough. She wasn't even mad enough. She, to me, sounded like she wanted to bust out and cry. But we're going to get into her little message and we're going to move on with today's content. Okay. The PSA was, and not in any particular order, this is just in my memory bank, okay? She wanted the people to know, the YouTube streets to know, that she is out here watching, and she got her rider rats out here watching and reporting back to her, okay? um you know I'm gonna leave that alone. Just stick to what she said, okay? She got her rider rats out here watching for her and reporting back to her, and she wanted us to know that. She wanted us to know that she had spoken to an attorney, okay? And she cannot afford to pay the attorney, but she wanted them to help her. And she said that attorney said he would help her, okay? He would help her. She let him know about her finances and she couldn't afford him. And he said, baby, you can put me on layaway like Kmart. And she said she's going to, I guess, ask her people for donations to hire her attorney. Okay, so she wanted people to know she watching. She got her people watching. She has spoken to an attorney, even though she don't have the money to pay them. They did give her some advice, and they will let her do payment plan. Okay. Next, she wanted the people to know that her feelings were hurt by people putting her on thumbnails with Don King or whomever, you choose to, pair up with her, that hurt her feelings. She want people to start reporting fake news on her, saying that she essayed people, that she sold her daughter. And I'm pretty sure I'm leaving something out, but I'm giving y'all the short version. Okay. And so with all that being said, the bottom line is she wanted to issue a verbal, okay, PSA to the people, a warning, okay, in first through fourth person, because I felt like when she was reading her cease and desist letter, she spoke in first person, second person, third person, and fourth person. So I'm saying first through fourth person, right? Because at times in the letter, she spoke from her LLC. Okay, she spoke from we. She spoke from I. She spoke from me. She spoke from myself. in this letter to the people. So I don't know who the hell was talking at that point, because I just stopped count at fourth person. So she wants the people to cease and desist. Okay, she wants them to leave her alone, stop using her content. She's going to start striking channels. She is about to start suing people. She is following the process that Cardi B followed, and this is the first step. Okay, her coming on YouTube and warning the people, doing her PSA. Her attorney told her that's the first step. Okay, so moving forward, she will be taking action because she's tired and she's sick of us. Okay, and I'll put myself in there, but I don't really react to her stuff. I just come on here and say what I gotta say and move on. Okay. So she said, y'all are just doing too much. It's hurtful. It's hurt her channel. Her coins is suffering. Her views is suffering. All because of the things that people are putting out on YouTube. And she's actually had subscribers to tell her they no longer support her because of things that content creators and the subscribers has said about her. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap it up with that. If you would like to go over there and listen for yourself, feel free. But I pretty much gave y'all the rundown of this PSA, baby. It's a form of notice, the cease and desist, baby, and to leave her alone in the Michael Jackson voice. As I said, what I said, put in the chat. I told y'all I do what I can, so y'all, I'll take one for the team, when needed. But I don't think the video is 30 minutes, but that's what I got out of it. She don't want to, she's talking about people calling her silverback, calling her names and stuff like that too. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I'm trying to go off the top of my head. Okay. I said what I said. She said, leave me alone. This is from Angelica. It's from Angelica. So I'm gonna read y'all comments as I speak, and then we will get into the content. Hey Nestos, thank you for being here and modding for me on today. I really appreciate it. She was in here early. Hey Sassy Sue. Hey Big Sis, I said what I said. Hey Sammy Cakes. Hey Victor DeVille. Thanks to my mods, completely Miss E. I said what I said. Victor DeVille, Ernesto, Shuffle, Shackle, Walk of Shame. Thank y'all so much for being here and modding for me today. YouTube definitely be hating. I missed one day. Now y'all don't want to send out my notifications. Okay, you're gonna be in the bushes for a minute. Thank you. I even crossed my toes. Yes, baby. Please, Gary. Hey, Elsie. Hey, Golden Pearl. Hey, no, even though I'm reading your comments, I don't think I said hey. I always say if the head not right, nothing will be right. Tiffany was not right. Hey, Tanya B. Sure. Y'all traveling together. I appreciate y'all landing over here on the front porch. Hey, uniquely Sonya RN PhD. Laughing my ass off. I was going to name my daughter Angelica, but had a boy. Oh, and my middle name is Angel. Hey, Ashanti. Hey, Chick-fil-A gal. Hey, Latita. Let me see. Sounds like a plan to me. Hope everybody ignores her from here on out. That work out in her favor, right? Because she is a fellow content creator. So I just try to keep it cute. I don't pull up her videos and react to them because she's made it perfectly clear that she don't want us to do that, and she may potentially or possibly start striking channels. I don't have time for that. So I'm only gonna do what I'm doing now. If it's something to talk about, come over here and talk about it and move on. We're not gonna sit here for hours and discuss her. Hey, Miss Veronica. Also, hey y'all. Jackson 5. Oh, don't stop till you get enough. Ooh, ooh. Why don't she tell YouTube to strike the channels? That way she don't need an attorney. Yeah, I mean, because at the end of the day, people gonna do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just gonna protect my channel by not, reacting to any of her content at all. And I know how to damn talk. So just like I came over here and explained to y'all what I saw in the video, you know, I can do that. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna have to be new information. I'm not her and Cynthia little videos and stuff. I'm not reacting to those. But I will if I find out some new information like I did with this PSA and her and Dennis, I'll talk about it. I don't mind doing that. But she's not the star here. Okay. She made herself content, and unfortunately, people are giving her what she want, right? They gave her the attention. Now she don't like it. I think I answered your question. She needs to leave other people alone then too, right? Oh, you just answered. I was going to say, I thought I answered. We do call her Silverback. Yeah. She said she answered it like that one. She got an ugly spirit, and when people simply ask for clarity, she gets nasty with them. She's the reason why people stop following her. Yeah, and I mean, it's their right, to stop following her. It's their right. Uh, Silver Fuzzy Piggyback. Is that better? Sylvia lied about her charges all being dropped, but one, they offered to condense all of her charges except one if she pled guilty. Yeah, we did talk about that. And I already told them that I thought that she wasn't telling the truth. Hey, I'm here for the show. Hey, TX Toy. Hey, out the bushes. I don't go to her channel, period. Yeah, and I'll go if it's stuff like this and report back. But that little live that her and Cynthia be doing, chill, boo. Hey, beautifully made 13. Hey, Leo lady. Hey, Florida girl 813. Who y'all talking about? Frederick Douglass. And is. Hey, Shirley C. Hey, Anissa. Hey, everybody coming in. Welcome to the front porch. I don't think I saw not Frederick Douglass, Belly. I don't know if I saw the individual in here that sent me the link and asked me to react to this video with Gary with the T and yours truly, the star, the queen of Nestoverse, honey, the single Shirley Strawberry. Okay, because they getting it twisted. And I know Shirley and Nesto have divorced, they have moved on, but she's still the damn leading lady, in my opinion. So everybody else gonna have to get in where they fit in, like the Temptations. Hey, Shelly C. Because ain't nobody come to see you, Otis. Okay, so this video that we're going to be reacting to, we'll be under the fair use disclaimer. Okay, this is for educational purposes only. Okay, under the section of 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Gary, be kind to me. Okay. How do we send you stuff to react to? Oh, my name is the same, Lady T-Bug, over on Instagram. Just shoot it to me in my DMs. I have not doxed anyone yet, so don't worry about me mentioning your name. And I actually, if y'all do send me something, I send it to my backup, so I don't show your information or anything. If you would like to remain anonymous, because some people don't mind. Like L said, I'll be like, oh, L said sent me this. And I'm just using her as an example. But I know some people don't want people to know, which is your right, and you definitely don't want someone, if you don't have a Instagram set up, with your name and you on YouTube, it's your real name. That is private information. So I try to keep that on the low. Y'all going in on Silverback, baby. I just told y'all what the people said, okay? Angelica can try she will get what Nesto and Sonya get with the gag order. She is content, and we're entitled to our opinion of her. Well, if you are saying something that's not real, and I'm not you, Nesto, I'm just saying in general, because I know it wouldn't be you. But if you saying something and she feels that she can take it to court, as Cardi B did with Tasha K, then they'll just have to battle it out in court. It's not worth it for me. You heard your name. Hey, Sunshine, Rain, and Gardening. Hey, Bank. Because she don't have nothing to do. And I have a job. And I don't take off my job unless it's for pleasure. Okay? And I don't have time. I don't have the time to deal with her. But she's not content to me. I know for others she may be, but she's not content for me. And I just discuss whatever's new. I would never. She's not that important to me. But I get it. Oh, let me remove this. I done read the thing, but I ain't removed the I done remove this. And I want it big. Okay. Now, if the individual that sent this to me wants to be, identified, let me know. I haven't seen them yet. She can even make rent, let alone pay court fees. That part. But I don't want her to get lucky messing with me, even though what I say is pretty much is what it is. All right, y'all. I've already I'll say it again because new people popped in. This is a subscriber's request. It is a tea party with Shirley Strawberry. There, I said it. Podcast, Gary with the tea. We're about to just listen to it, react to it. It kind of gives me a little bit of insight on how Shirley think a little bit, not 100%, because of through the calls and just watching other things, I get a good grip on her personality, but this gave me a little bit more insight. I'll put it like that. So I'm about to hit play. And I skipped that part.
Host with the most of the Steve Harvey Morning Show. So we have Shirley Strawberry with us.
Yay!
Love her.
Hi,
you.
Shirley. How are you?
Hi. I'm good. What an honor. What a pleasure to see all of you and to be here. Thank you for
Georgia
having
Peach.
me. I'm excited.
It's
Hours.
I'm here for the show. You see that?
25. How's that happen?
It's his boo, Gary.
Oh my God.
Seriously, though.
It's God.
You look good.
Because I am 100. I am 100.
I'm 99.
According to
So I'm right
Nesto.
there with you.
And you know what? It's so funny because I was telling Gary, I said, I love Shirley's voice. She has the perfect radio voice.
They do.
And I mean, it's just like, I
you.
was like, how does she naturally sound like that? Like,
Biggie, two of America's most wanted in the same place at the same M&F time. Bring out the champagne glasses. If y'all know who that is, tell me in the chat.
just the tone of your voice. Did you always know that you wanted to do radio? Was that something that you were like, or people said, you need to do radio because your voice?
Yeah, actually, it's funny you should say that because I always wanted to do radio, even when I was a little kid. I grew up in Chicago.
Yes,
I
out
think
the
you guys
bushes.
might know that. I'm from Chicago. I grew up there. And radio was like huge in Chicago. I mean, I grew up with some of the greats of radio in Chicago. And that's what we did. We listened to the radio all day long before we got ready for school, after we came home from school. That was it for us. Like people were on social media and the gram and all that stuff. We were on radio growing up in Chicago, and I just loved it. I loved the women on there. They were also classy and sophisticated, and elegant sounding, and that's what I wanted to be from a kid on up to now. So yes, to answer your question, absolutely.
Well, man, is radio
They
changed.
changed.
And I was
Thank
about
you
to
for
say,
that.
because now it's a little
not
real
that
classy.
It's
We're not that
ratchet.
classy.
Yes,
You still are. You still are, Shirley. You are.
Hey,
You
Jay
are.
Black.
You're a little hood ratty.
It's because I love it all. You know, everything evolve. Everything should evolve. You got your old school, you got your new school. You know, it's all good. So I love it all. You know, I really, really do. I'm a mentor. You know, I was mentored back in the day. That's who mentored me. So I love it. You know, you have to. The thing about radio is authenticity and being yourself. I think that's what makes a good radio host.
It's that.
You know what? I tell people all the time, especially the women, honey, in radio business. I'm like, honey, it's like you said, the voice, honey, the way you carry yourself. I mean, you know, you got to carry yourself a decent way because, I mean, people listening to you every day, honey, and when they see you, they're like, oh, Lord, look how she looking if you're looking all beat down or whatever and stuff. And, you know, Shirley, you still work with Steve, and I worked with him. And he'd always say, dress for the job you want, not the one you have.
He told me the same thing.
And you just have to, you know, and it was, I never forget, honey, and I figured you might remember her, honey. It was a voice in Dallas, and
I'm gonna pause it right there. I see y'all commenting. I don't see the individual yet. Hopefully they at least catch the replay if I don't see them here. We have been saying that from day one, audiobooks, commercials, and movies. Yes. So we did learn a few things already. And I don't even think we're 5 minutes into it. This was Shirley's dream job to be a radio host. And she made it. And she's had a successful career. So I'll give her kudos for that. She grew up with no TV. So she had the dream of radio. Oh my God. Well, that's where you used to get all the gossip, you know, you can listen to the hottest music, you know, you can listen to the personalities. And I see, because I used to listen to the radio, even though I'm about to be 50, but we had some decent radio hosts here. And we used to have this segment on when I was growing up, teenager. I don't know when it stopped, but I remember being a teenager. We'll say to probably like 21 or something like that. It was called Let's Straighten It Out with Joe Jukebox. And people used to actually call into the radio because it was called Let's Straighten It Out. And they used to play that song, Let's Straighten It Out. And you could come in there and get some straightening with anybody you want to get straightening with. So people will call in and they'll be like, I'm calling in to talk about my man Gary. You know, and they'll be on there like going out, that's my man. And if you messing with him, you know, you Lady T-Bug, I'm letting you know, we could meet up at the top of the place. It was so ghetto. But I used to listen to it every Sunday, and it came on Sunday after church, like at 6. I used to be glued to the radio listening to it. It was so ghetto though. Okay, you used to love Alfreda's when she was in Dallas. Southside Chicago. Canberra. Okay, Sherry is normally on with Gary in Georgia. I know she hates that she wasn't on this week with them. She like, Shirley, oh man, maybe she was in the background or something, but they look like they're at home, so maybe not, huh? Is that her new apartment or a home they were evicted from? I'm not sure. This is an old interview, okay? So I'm going to say no to the new apartment eviction. I don't know. Shirley is apartment. I hate y'all helpers cooking dinner, but I'm listening. What you cooking? You know, you cannot just drop that in the chat. You got to tell us what you're eating. Hey, Mistress Monica. Hey, y'all. Not Shirley and Ernesto favorite man, Gary with the tea. Yeah, baby. Nesto is melting. Washington Buckwheat in jail doing this interview. Was that a question? Was Buckwheat in jail? And it did give you to Washington? Clarify. Okay, that lime green compliments Shirley. It does. It looks good on her skin. But I have not seen a color yet. Maybe that pink wig I did in maybe contrast with her a little bit. But other than that, all the colors that she wear looks good on her skin. Okay, so that's another kudos. Because when I get to saying what I gotta say, it's gonna switch it up. So I'm gonna say nice things when I can. Okay, Shirley. Well, it was that why Sonya tried to point her nails disgusting lime green. Oh, Cynthia, you getting strays. Shirley put out a great package. I agree with that. Hey, Ebony, what did you walk in on, baby? It's two of his favorite people in the same place at the same damn time. Radio used to be the social media. Now, New Orleans on radio was jamming. Q93 was Wild Wayne. And then the weekend jams used to be the Ish. Yes, Vicky 93.9. I grew up listening to the radio, singing Clear People songs, and we had soul music on Sunday night only. Oh no, sis. Hey, Linda. Okay, big to the veil from Latita. New Orleans radio was jamming. I'm so sad to hear that WYLD doesn't do Sunday morning slow jams anymore. Quiet Storm. The Shade LC. What LC said? Oh, girl, this is old. Y'all will see. Y'all. Okay, it was 1580. Okay, day when I was growing up. Okay, Ebony, the Lattimore. Is that the name of the person that sing that song? Frida's was on the radio with Russ Parr. I haven't seen her in decades. Hey, everyone. Hey, Jennifer. We will call in to win tickets and do shout outs. Yeah, we could win tickets too and do shout outs. But on Sunday, baby, it was let's straighten it out. Them women was calling and men was calling too. And it was like, if you want to know who was messing with who and who was sleeping with somebody's husband, you will listen to Let's Straighten It Out. And hopefully your damn name don't be up on nothing. Hey, Linda. 93.3. Remember her take to work joke of the day. Okay. Sure. I need to cut the light on. Hey, let's talk about it. Hey, everybody. I still have WYLD t-shirts from the 90s. We won at a giveaway. I hold it for nostalgia. Oh my God. It's memorabilia. Big. All right. Come on in, everybody. We are reacting to a subscriber's request. Thank you to the subscriber for sending this to me because I don't think I would have seen this on my own. So I appreciate it. Yes, let me put my damn glasses on. Me too. I need to put mine on too. That pink wig ain't it. It wasn't it, baby. It wasn't. All the other looks have been nice. I agree. But I do think someone said it was breast cancer week or month or something like that. That's why she was rocking the pink. Lady P-Bug, I didn't catch what you said. Was this a new interview or before Ernesto was in jail? I didn't really say. I just said it was old. So you didn't miss anything. Lord, you definitely will switch up on her in a minute, baby. I can't help it. I can't be one way. And I do try not to depending on the call or what we talking about. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna switch it up real quick though. So that's why I'm laughing. One day in Columbus, Georgia, 93 BLX. In the 90s, they were talking about Queen Latifah and she called in. It was so funny. That was when she was the it girl in rap. Okay. Nesto Dream Thruple members on the screen. Oh Lord, my late husband was a DJ for Smooth 104.1 WDLT. Here in Vegas, they do take me back on Tuesdays. Okay. 88.1. I'm not in the car enough, y'all. Yes, I love Russ Parr and Alfreda's when I was a kid. Okay. Hey, Karen. I'm hungry, so I'm gonna be a tad. What? Are you hangry or hungry? Wow, in the chat. Okay. Are you fasting? Hey, Sonya Boots. Okay, okay, that's what I was like. I think Bobby Lattimore, I think it was. Yeah, baby, I used to be in the back of the station wagon with my grandma singing my little 9-year-old head out. Sit yourself down and talk to me. Tell me what's on your mind. In the club, the moon's still open there. Yes, and remember we used to be on TV, Moon TV. Yes, the moon is still open. That pink wig was giving Party City. Hey, a lady. A lady. That's all I'm gonna say is a lady. Another oldie I used to belt out at the top of my lungs. Just One Lifetime by Jay Blackfoot. Y'all, we gotta get back to the video. Hey, go get her. Please like the live. Miss E said, y'all need to hit the like button. Remember the Messy Wendy Williams show? None of that came on down here. We used to listen to a lot of local stuff here. That's why I made, that's why I made the point to tell y'all that I didn't grow up listening to any, Shirley or anyone like that because baby, down here, they weren't down here yet, Hey, Eve has many faces. Sorry for the 10593 BLS. It's Mobile, Alabama. Not fast, you just need a snack. Okay, Diva. You need a sneaker. Jacob Lattimore. Thank you, Gail. I'm from Albany and drove. Yes. Yes, the moon is still open. Alfreda's gotta be in her mid to late 50s. She look good. Saya needs to see her. Oh, baby, she won't be able to take it. She'll try to find something wrong with her. Mobile on my mind. Whitney Houston called the Wendy to tell her that she was going to kick her butt. Ooh. Also remember Judge Mathis gave her the business too. Do y'all remember the Box TV channel? Hey, y'all, in the bushes while working. Benjamin. Okay, his name is Benjamin Lattimore. Okay. Columbus, okay. Okay, y'all. Ray. Okay, I'm getting back to it. We only sure how far we are. Child, we ain't 5 minutes in. Okay, for the ones that came in, Shirley has already told us that her dream job as a kid was to be a radio personality. And she grew up in Chicago. So
it's just Wyvon St. John. She was the night mood person.
I remember.
She was the night person.
Yes.
Yeah, and her voice just was just so. I mean, it was mesmerizing, honey. And and you just wait to hear it. And we got the it's a voice in Houston, Candy Eastman. You know them Shirley Candy Eastman.
Texans people, y'all know her.
Tag is. She said she's the only candy your mama will allow you to have.
Oh, baby.
Yes, honey, and that's her tag in Houston. And it's good to have a nice voice and to be like Shirley was saying, a classy person, and just carry yourself in a different way. But nowadays, honey, if you got the right skin tone and a big booty, you get a job in radio.
BBL's winning.
And you can't even see that. You can't even see your butt. You can't
that's the.
So
exactly.
Let me ask you something, Shirley. Gary talked about how I know when I worked with Steve, he was doing mornings and I came on right after him doing afternoons. And I would come to work looking dusty, okay? And we were in a mall setting. So people could walk by and see me and I would be dressed pretty much like I am right now in a t-shirt and jeans. And one time he was like, look here, come here. And I was like, yes. And he was like, what is this? Do not dress the way you're dressed. You just like he told Gary, dress for the job you want, not the job you have. And I wonder for you working with him every day, do you always look good? Are you always on point?
Well, I try. I definitely try. I mean, I do come to work. We work the morning shift, of course, and it's a little challenging to be at work at 6 o'clock in the morning. made up, lashes, the whole nine, dress nicely or whatever.
At least you ain't
It's
have to
more
drive or
relaxed
warm up the
now since we
car.
work from home. You don't have to be so suited and booted, if you will. But yeah, I mean, I did it before I met Steve, and even, tried to keep it up and do even more, once you met him, because he always came to work looking nice. I think I've seen Steve in jeans in the 20-something years I've worked with him one time. Jeans, one time.
Wow. Well, I ain't never been called dusty, but he was like, "You look dusty." I was like, "Dusty."
You
Be
look
bold with
dusty.
it.
He said, "You coming here looking dusty."
Yeah.
And he
I
said it with
agree,
a straight
Karen.
face, not like he was joking. I was like, "Oh, you're serious? Like, don't come to rest." So
Yeah.
I'll always respect that he said that to me, and he meant it. I didn't really change.
Hey
but I'm
there,
just saying.
Figo.
He absolutely did. And he's always looking out for women, loves Black women. He always wants us to have a man and, be loved and protected from a man. And how are you going to get a man looking like that? Or, you're a little, he has told me I'm a little overweight when I was a little overweight. He told me that. Okay, what are we going to do? Because you're in the man getting business. Now you can't eat this. Don't eat this. Oh, yes.
I love it.
But I looked at him as a big brother, and he was right. He was absolutely right. He was. So can I just say one thing to my dear friend, Gary? Gary, I love you.
Yeah.
You know that. We've known each other. People don't even know how long we go back. We go back over 20 years, Gary and I. We used to work together, and we've maintained our friendship. Gary used to work on the Steve Harvey Morning Show. We've maintained our friendship, and I just love him. He's one of the best people I know, and one of the sweetest people I know. So thank you guys again for having me. And Gary, I love you.
Pause it right there. I know y'all knew I was gonna pause it. Now, I've heard you guys that watch and listen to the Steve Harvey Morning Show say how Steve would kind of bully Shirley about being single and not having a man. Okay, so what do y'all think about Steve micromanaging Shirley food, wardrobe, looks, all in the name of getting a damn man? Because she said that Steve told her, "You and the man getting business. You gotta dress for your man." What do y'all think about that? I forgot where I left off at, y'all. In the comments. Okay, right about here. I remember seeing that one. Okay, my feelings is hurt. Don't talk about me no more. Linda, what's wrong? Who talking about you? Who I need to pull up on? Not have a man, okay. Still got some damn nerves. I agree. Because at the end of the day, like, who the hell want to be reminded I don't need to eat a donut because I'm looking for a man, or a man may not find me attractive, or whatever. His mindset was like, the fuck are you? The food police, the man police? I mean, who? Like, come on now, mind the business that pays you, Steve. In my body, what I eat and who I sleep with is none of your damn business, in my opinion. Okay, shaking my head. I felt I was disrespectful, but I thought about you guys that actually have heard Steve, say things to her like that on air. When I heard her say that, because this is the second time I watched it. A man is not the be all in all. That's Shirley's problem. And it does seem like Steve's opinion of her, of course, she values. And it could have affected the way she interacts with men, because she's in the back of her mind, she's thinking about, oh, what would Steve say? And maybe his opinion did weigh in on her marrying Nesto. What y'all think? Gary, Nesto loves you, and you need to slap the hell out of Steve right now, because his pressure is what got you here. Okay, Nesto's man. Well, sir, are you going to pay to help me get in shape? Big mustache. That's when he probably was wearing them fake wigs too, huh? Nesto, love you too, Gary. Hey, Pity Proud. That's why Nesty is jealous of Gary. Yeah, they have a 20-year friendship that goes back to them working together at the Steve Harvey Morning Show. So maybe Gary may have been like an intern or something back then. You accidentally hit Latita. Can you bring her back, Vicky? Or do I need to bring her back? Oh, there she is. I see her. Okay. Sorry, Latita from Vic to the Veil. She missing hid your comment. Please don't take, charge it to our hearts, not our fingers. Okay. That is also why Shirley didn't have a problem saying he was out of breath on them damn steps. That was T, okay? I'm single, celibate, happier than I ever been. And guess what? I got my damn own money, my own place. I ain't got to worry about no ninja, stealing my coins, okay? So I'm with you, Black Swan. Look what she got dressed for her man. I cannot stop. She say she's sorry, Latita. Steve ain't ever been in shape. Right. Steve too much in her business, man. Yeah, like all types of women. Right. And she needed to find somebody that's gonna like her in her best, her worst, that she could be her authentic self around. He is overstepping his boundaries. Okay. Hey, Sleepy Libra. Okay. Is this why the man she got was his this ball for Nesto? I always thought women were stupid listening to Steve for relationship advice. How many times have he been married? And how many baby mamas? Please, Steve. They say no cap, but please, Steve. Bingo. It's really Steve. Yeah, fast. Yeah. She in this mess. It's really Steve's fault she's in this mess. I think that's what she said. Autocorrect. Let the chat be great. But she viewed him as a brother, so it's fair game. That's how they interactions are between two real friends. He thinks all his marriages make him a relationship expert. And him, reading the Strawberry Letter. Yes, SH pressure because you think Steve Harvey pressured her. Did help land her with Nasty Nesto. Hey, Major's wife. Shirley went for it because he ambushed her live on the radio with the proposal. I don't think Steve or anyone else was a factor. Okay. Oh, I didn't even notice. It's all good. Okay. You can't be an expert if it's self-proclaimed. Ooh, 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 ooh. It's easy to do on a phone. Yeah, that is why I like to mod only when I'm on my laptop. They say, amen, amen, sis. I'm with you, Black Swan. Just speaking. Right. Okay. Just wanted to get y'all perspective, about Steve, because that's a little evasive for me. Period. And I don't put my views and my thoughts on my friends because I accept my friends for themselves. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not married or you're not where I am, that doesn't matter to me. Okay. And my views on your personal decisions that you make, if you ask my opinion, yes, but just micromanaging somebody's life is a little too much for me. It's a little too much.
Oh,
Thank
we
you.
love Gary. Except you said that he was super
girls.
sweet and that he was so kind. I was on the phone with him earlier and and I thought Gary was sweet and kind too until he walked in some restaurant or somewhere and called somebody a dingbat. And I was just like, Gary, who are you? I'm standing right here, you dingbat. I was like, well, wait a minute.
He was right.
Okay.
Yeah. As well.
Nice. After she said it and said all these nice, wonderful things about you. Big
Like,
tell that story.
I was just on the phone with him earlier. No, we do love
It was
Gary.
all out of love. It was all out of love.
Right.
Now, we talked about you being an entrepreneur, and Gary said that you have something really cool that you're doing right now. What are you doing?
Yeah, this is my first foray into business. Okay, I've never done this before, but I'm starting something new. Everybody is doing something. So a girlfriend of mine said, you know what, you need something. You need something. Why don't you do a candle line? So she helped me get started in the business. And actually, she does my hair. Her name is Panay. And she helped me get started. So I make candles now. I have a candle business called The Love Collection. This is it right here. Can you see that?
Yeah.
This is
Go
a
online
candle.
right now. Look
It's
at,
called one of my candles. This is. Can you see it? Really, really,
what
really
fragrance?
Well?
What fragrance is that?
It should have been strawberry.
Everybody said, is it strawberry? Is it strawberry? But no,
been.
that was kind of obvious. So I didn't do strawberry first. It's a fragrance. The name of it is called Serenity Blue. And the reason I chose that
name
is because,
she's going to tell
in this day of COVID and the pandemic and everything, we have to take better care of ourselves, and everybody's talking about self-care. So I really wanted to do something to make you think when you light my candle, to get into yourself, to do you, boo. Okay.
Yeah.
Just self-care, mental care, all of that. And that's what I just let it take you away and just relax and chill, after a hard day's work or whatever, whatever. Just let you think about nothing but you, taking care of you. And that's what it's all about. Yeah.
I love that.
So I'm an entrepreneur now. We'll see how it goes.
But how do people get it? How do they purchase it if they want
it? How it goes, but I'm excited about it. It's called The Love Collection. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, I guess I should tell you that. See, I'm no entrepreneur yet. I'm just getting started.
It's called
The Love Collection
right now. You
can go to Shirley Strawberry. Yeah, because I like it. You go to loveshirleystrawberry.com to purchase the candle.
Love Shirley. Y'all got it. Strawberry.com.
Shirleystrawberry.com. Or I'm
loveshirleystrawberry.com. Mods, can you drop it down in the chat, please? And thank you. Okay. And I definitely think her signature breakout candle line should have said something with strawberries, like strawberry shortcake, strawberry cotton candy, something playing off of the strawberry. We had a strawberry festival here in Florida, baby. When I tell you, I ain't never thought about some of the ingredients that or some of the desserts and some of the foods and some of the drinks they made with strawberry in it, because everything has strawberries in it. At the strawberry festival, I go to the one in Tampa. So yeah, mods, please drop it down there. I don't know if she still have it, but we'll support. And this candle that she is marketing, promoting, is Serenity Blue. I actually like that name though.
I'm going to be, if you're in the Atlanta area, as we all are, I'm going to be at Phipps Plaza at a store called Merge Co. This is a Black-owned company. It's a store right above the Gucci store in Phipps Plaza in Atlanta. I'll be there Saturday, just in time for Mother's Day, this coming Saturday, May 7th, from 1 until 4 p.m. Again, the company is Merge Co., MERGE Company, CO, Merge Co. And I'll be there from 1 to 4. We'll have a little champagne, a couple of strawberries, and lots of candles. I'll be there. So it should be fun.
It should be fun. Mother's Day is great.
Not the LV. Not oxtails, Gary. Gary, you hungry?
Well,
babe.
Yes, sure.
Wait a minute. You don't cook. You don't cook, but you have a man. There are still, yes, that's Frida's. She does.
That's the candle she had on the back of that ambulance when them people said it was ghetto.
Not cook, but she still has a man. So that's a myth.
What'd you say, Shirley?
It's a myth.
Oh.
Yeah, I said it's not because of cooking. No, it's not. Not in the kitchen anyway.
Okay.
I'm gonna pause it right there, child, because they about to get into something else. But what do y'all think? Shirley says all her friends are haters and nobody likes her and everybody uses her. But a friend is the person that encouraged her and helped her put this business together, which really came to fruition, with her first candle, Serenity Blue. And I know who the friend is, so it's Panay. But Thank you, Nestos. I forgot where I left off at. Somewhere up here. Oh, I know I read this one. Okay. Nesto stole some of your candles for his baby mama for Mother's Day. The signature fragrance should have been strawberry. I think I already agreed. Not having a strawberry scented candle is a miss. Right. They probably white label candles anyway. Yeah, they probably was from was it Alibaba? I think it's called Alibaba. Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. A lot of people get white label business, items from there, and they relabel them and stuff like that. She could have owned a strawberry scented candle, right? And I think she probably could have got it like in a store, because of her popularity, her connections with Steve Harvey, that she probably could have gotten them in a retail store. Like, what's that lady name that I'm gonna have to Google it? But there's a black candle line that's out now. I know it was real popular. I follow him on Facebook, but I don't think I've seen a post in a minute, but that's probably just because it's not in my algorithm. And she was doing really, really well. It's called Black Candles Line. I think that's what it's called. I'll go and look. But I think Shirley could have really did something though with these candles, because I love candles. I get my candles from Aldi and Bath and Body Work, but maybe she could have done a signature one with Bath and Body Work or something like that. I think she could have, could have done something like that. Shirley doesn't know how to market herself. Yeah, it's a new business venture. She's not used to being a business owner. I don't know. So she was in the basement at this time. Oh, Lord. Strawberry is a hard fragrance to make. Okay, strawberries smell very synthetic unless made expensively. Okay. I didn't know that. Hey, Peppermint Patty. Steve paid off an old girlfriend not to publish a book she wrote about how he treated her. If those stories are true, he's a horrible man. I would have Shirley out there looking good and making some money. Con, what did you say? She said, oops. Bank. Girl. I don't see your comment. Right. Marketing 101. The first fragrance should have, been named strawberry something basic. Yeah, branding as a jump start. I agree. So Nesto inspired collection. Slowberry looks great, and Cynthia always calling her out. And she need to stop and mind her damn business. The well is different. Dang on it. I had Nestos to put it down here too. No, I got embarrassed when I went, okay, y'all, they say don't go. I'm sorry. I was trying to help Shirley. If I'm going to talk about you, at least I can do is promote your website. At least when I had my website, I paid for it for 2 years. Even just keep your domain too, because you don't want anyone else to get it. And it's her name. So you don't want nobody else to buy that. Strawberry lemonade, nasty Nesto candle by me. Yep. I didn't go this year, but I did go last year, Florida girl. A lady 747, not a virus. Was Nesto people running the damn website? Yes, she should have a TikTok or IG shop or something. Serenity Blue is a nice name. I like the name. They say Liquid LV candle should be a hit right now, y'all. Now we ain't supported. A lady said it's clickbait. I was trying. I'm sorry, y'all. They said the website not working, Shirley. Yes, be careful. I had to clean my computer. Okay, I think we all should support. I would have, but we don't know where to get them at. We drinking strawberries and champagne. Okay, I remember seeing the pics from the event. Okay, sorry, I can't support. She's not a good steward of her money. I said what I said, because he's eating somewhere else. It depends on what kind of man you want. The candle money would have went to Krail. We dodged a bullet. Ooh, 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 ooh. Right. That's why I dropped that. Okay. She let Ernesto fill her head with that mess. Shirley blew her own candles out on the candle line. Oh, Lord. We know Panay ended up turning on her. Well, I don't know that because in my mind, anybody that tries to tell her something, okay, she don't like them. You know what I'm saying? If you speak up against her and don't agree with her, do not gaslight her, you're a hater. You don't like her. You're not her friend. You're her enemy. And I don't have that type of relationships with my friends. No, because I have a degree and you don't have a degree, I ain't going to be saying you need to get your degree. You need to. No, I'm not that type of friend. If I got a man and you don't have a man, I'm not going to be saying you need to get a man, you need to lose weight. I'm not that type of friend. However, I am the type of friend that is going to, if I see something like your man, Nesto, or if I disagree with how you're treating your kid, if I know something that if I don't tell you could hurt you, I'm going to speak up on those. And that's not me turning on you because if you got a whole bunch of yes people in your corner, you're going to end up the creek without a paddle. And me and my friends, we could disagree, we could have different interests. I'm meeting you where you at, but I can't go along just to get along. I'm not that type of friend. Tabitha Brown. Oh yeah, Tabitha Brown has a lot of things out. I don't know if y'all still shopping in Target. Okay, she needs a PR rep to help her navigate her celebrity. I agree. I get my candles from Goose Creek. Okay, yes, I love candles. Did anyone get the website up? I couldn't. They said it's no, y'all don't click on that website. They said it's a bug in it. It's bad. Nessa was making fun of her candles with Sonya. Yes, he was. Shirley said, .com, not .com. Oh, we knew what she meant. Yes, but stole, yeah, some to give Dion's mom and did. Yeah, strawberry shortcake scented candles. Thank you, Glorious. Two of the ladies from Real Housewife of Potomac sold candles, but expensive ones. I wonder what was her average price point. That's a good thought. Hey, Tamara. The candles could have been called strawberry letter, and the scent could have been sugar. Oh, strawberries and champagne. I like that. Panay was trying to put her own game. I agree. I don't think her intentions were malicious. No. And if you knew my husband dashing all around the ATL, that my daughter is suffering, and you come to talk to me as a friend, that's not negative to me because I just don't think any of my friends are going to try to hurt me. You know what I'm saying? And of course, like we said, we'll do our own investigation. We're not going to take everything at face value, but that don't mean you're my enemy. And that's what I felt like when Panay tried to speak up on situations that was going on with Nesto and her daughter. That's the way Shirley took it. Hey everybody, I've been in bushes doing laundry. Shirley is very stubborn, self-centered, and hard-headed, in my opinion. I agree. That's right. Hurt my feelings and have me mad, but I have to respect the truth, right, in my well-being instead of having me sink even more. That's true. And even when Panay was trying to like hang out with her for her birthday, Shirley was giving her the cold shoulder. But you know, it's her right to feel how she wants to feel. I'm not trying to take her feelings away from her, but that's the only thing I've ever heard when it came to Panay. And I'm glad Panay was around because Sheridan seemed to look up to her and she was an outlet for her. Letita Wright, that would have made her money, and Bonitail wouldn't have had anything to talk about. I would have told her about Nesto talking on the phone with the hen. I like that too. Tamara, Shirley should have hired you. Bingo. With one of her suppliers was in that sentence. She went behind Shirley to do a transaction with her instead of something like that. Well, I don't think Shirley owned her, but again, that would not be an issue for me because you my girl. So if you want to use the same supplier as me, the more the merrier. I'm just not that type of friend. Like if I got the hookup, I got the connect, you got it too. If we both trying to do the same thing, but we're not in the same business, I don't know. Like we could share. I'm not the gatekeeper, that's what it is for me. And the lady may not have wanted to do business with Shirley anymore because of what was going on with her husband. And that is her right, not to do business with Shirley for whatever reason. But I don't feel like it was something like Panay went behind her and took the business from her, because I don't think we really knew a lot about it. But I don't mind sharing anything I have if that's what my friend's trying to do and I'm already there. Yes, this is my connect. You work with them now. I don't want to be the middle person, but you do your big one. I think it depends on how you say it. I'm sensitive. Well, girl, that is true though, Miss E. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Hey, love the shot 1212. That was the jacket that she bought though. Nesto was the real scammer crook. Shirley used Panay as a scapegoat. I could see that way. I could see both of y'all perspectives, but people just distance themselves when you're dealing with stuff like what Nesto's going through. I don't know what the full situation was, and 100% because Shirley just said she wasn't gonna worry about it, which I get it. You don't want to put your energy to stuff like that, especially when you're already going through something. But I don't know. Like why not share it with your friends? Like if that, I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking about it in a different way. Well, I have you crying, but nothing but the best for you. Shirley's finance was in shambles. Oh, way before Panay got involved. Nesto being clocked dirty. I don't believe Nesto because I saw Shirley's bankruptcy paperwork and she did not seem to be in debt, which is why I don't think that her bankruptcy was able to, to be processed. So I kind of disagree with that. And Nesto be putting 20 on 10 because he want to look like he's a good husband and he be lying. So I can't go with that Major's wife. I can't. Panay had other items in her shop she was selling. That's true. That's the August Leo. I'm the same way. If I got it, my friends have it. Why not? Shirley didn't seem passionate about the candle line. Yeah, and it was something that Panay was telling her, like, you need to have some of your own. You need to outsource, you need to get your little business, and they came up with this candle business, but it wasn't something probably Shirley was passionate about. Because it seemed like with Shirley and the clothing, she was just getting clothes to wear, not to sell or to profit or make money. I don't really know what her plan was long term, but I do get it if someone's, going behind your back doing something. But I just feel like that probably wasn't the case.
Okay. That is you don't have to cook to get a man, okay? You don't have to cook necessarily to get a man. It's a good thing. I'm not saying I can cook. I just, I don't like cooking. It's not one of my favorite things to do.
I'm the same way. My husband
likes to do it. I'm like, get a man, y'all.
The kids don't like it when I cook. And I don't like it when I cook. So why would I cook?
Yeah. Maybe I can learn a new language. And if I can learn French or Spanish, that's what I'm saying. I like it. Get a little babble in my life.
Okay, let me cook.
Let me guess. You're thinking about going to therapy. And as a therapist myself, of course I'm going to say that's a great idea. But first, let's talk about the things they don't tell you.
Why is my the thing about not working?
Is, for a lot of us, we learned like Spanish or French.
I wonder why my YouTube Premium is not working.
BABBE
of different. Oh, go ahead, Shirley. German. But speaking of different. Oh, go ahead, Shirley. Sorry, it's a little delay. So sorry.
No, I was gonna cut you off. Oh, it's okay. I was gonna say it's a treat I want him to think when I cook, it's something special.
Yes,
okay?
That part.
It's something special.
It's the best, the best ribs he's ever had, the best chicken he's ever had. Oodles and noodles, whatever you want to cook. It's gonna be the best thing.
It's true. What is your?
I love you.
Yes. What is your thing? What is the one thing though? Even though you don't really like to cook, it's not your thing. What is that one thing that you cook that is just Shirley's thing? Like everybody wants Shirley's mashed potatoes. Everybody wants Shirley's mac and cheese. What is your thing?
My mac and cheese. I think it's my mac and cheese.
Oh,
yes.
if
my
there's one dish that you should be able to cook and be good,
okay,
that's mac and cheese. So yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but anybody could do that. Have growing up, we just took it out the
Yeah,
box.
No, we're not talking about the box. We're not.
That's different.
We're not talking about the box. Gary been and laid the American cheese slices on
That's
top.
right on it.
See, look.
Now that's and I'm sick of y'all with this mac and cheese. It's macaroni and cheese, Shirley. We grew up with macaroni and cheese.
Yes,
oh my gosh.
Yes. But now
right.
mac and cheese, simpler.
Yes.
But I guess that's fun. I make a mean pound cake too, just saying.
Now,
anyway.
But a pound cake is a whole, that's a thing of beauty.
I can't bake.
A pound cake is that's not easy to make. That's old school. I love pound. I love pound cakes. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So so Shirley, the way we do our podcast is we talk entertainment, what's going on in the world. We want your views too. We want to know what you think about what's going on in the world. First off, y'all, we need to send prayers up for little Miss Juicy, who was hospitalized. I don't know about y'all. I reported today that she is in ICU, but she's stable, and they still don't know what exactly happened. So I guess we're just, we just pray for her and just hope everything's, okay with her.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Prayers for her. Yes, absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
You learning to cook, B. Williams?
Did y'all see a little bit of the White House Correspondents' Dinner? Let me find out Joe Biden got jokes.
I did. I saw it, and I thought, sometimes when there's situations or events like that, you kind of, how you get secondhand embarrassment a little bit because somebody's getting roasted, and it's just like, oh, that's like you really said that to Dr. Biden,
that too,
Dr. Jill Biden, because I think Trevor Noah was saying how she's still working as a teacher, she's still teaching, a professor. And he said because she still has to pay off her student loans. So
I love that.
That's like, oh my gosh, like he's going for everybody. But the clips that I saw, it was the jokes were flowing, so it was good. Trevor Noah did a good job, and so did President Biden.
Yeah, I think it's a good choice for them to pick him for the first time they've been back since what did President Biden call it, the plague or the disaster, and then the plague, talking about and then the pandemic. So I thought Trevor Noah was a really good choice to host the dinner. And all eyes were on Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson when they got home. There was a bunch of stars there.
Yes.
But how about
ooh, honey.
And she was snatched. I will say.
Well, when have you ever not seen her snatched?
Thank you.
But no. Let's be clear, because there's a little stint between the breakup and the correspondence dinner where you could tell that she was styling herself. And I'm not saying that she can't dress, but it was a different vibe than when Kanye was kind of
like she was more chill.
Yeah, I mean,
more down to earthy.
Now it's like she's just trying new things.
Ain't that the truth? So
she was really good.
She's moving forward.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What y'all think? She's gorgeous. She is gorgeous. What y'all think about the supposed tat that he got of the kids' initials? I feel like he's gonna come out and say, no, that's not on his neck. He's gonna come out and say, no, that stands for Pete goes to New York. Or I feel like he's gonna come out and say it's something else, not what we think it is.
I thought it was crazy because I'm not sure they're going to last. I thought it was pretty soon for him to get the tats of the kids on his neck or wherever. My girl's the lawyer. I don't know. And I'm not wishing anything bad on them. I just don't see it long term. That's all.
Right.
I don't know why, but
the same thing. They not gonna be together. And to me, he's acting like a bitch because first of all, he's showing her how much look what I'll do for you. Hell, Kanye didn't even have the damn tattoos of his own kids initial on his neck. So why would you go do some stupid stuff like that? But anyway, that's Miss Kardashian now.
Yeah, I think it's a red flag. I'm gonna tell you something.
I do too.
Those aren't even his kids. My husband has my elder son, who is not his child. His name tatted, but my husband and I are married, and we had been married 10 years before, and it's along with our other son's name and my name. But we were married. You know what I mean? And so I get it, but not when you're dating, and not. I feel like it's a red flag, which brings me to this. What are some red flags that people like just ignore? Like, I think it's a huge red flag for Kim. And I think her sisters ought to be, and her mom ought to be like, hey, girl, now listen.
Is it because he got multiple tattoos, though? Because I just think the kids is just, but that's kind of his personality. He gets tattooed, that's his thing.
I never keep my kids out of it.
Yeah, it's a little, it is a red flag.
Mm-hmm. Right. Doesn't he have that commercial where he's getting the tattoos removed?
Yeah.
He's getting a bunch of tattoos removed, that water or something. So he's getting a bunch of tattoos removed now.
Maybe that's what Georgia Peach was talking about.
I don't understand him and his tat game anyway. But yeah, the kids, I thought it was a bit much. I just really thought it was a bit much. I won't necessarily call it a flag, but it's cause for concern.
Okay.
It's cause for concern.
It's a yellow flag.
Caution.
It's a yellow flag.
We'll go with yellow flag. Yeah.
Okay. So what about Rihanna and A$AP Rocky? Is that a red flag? We've been hearing that. There have been cheating rumors floating around. Now we hear about the gun situation. We've heard about that. I mean, she's about to give birth any week now. So maybe it's too late for the red flag for her. But is this a red flag for Rihanna?
Well, like you said, though,
how could it not be?
It's too late. It's almost too late. Now you about to have that baby. This boy done tricked you. Did he not tell you he was a damn hood?
Now wait a minute. Now Gary said he done tricked you. He done had a trick up his sleeve to get this billionaire princess. Okay.
I mean, when you think about it, though, she's a billionaire.
Yeah. How can this not be several red flags? Red, yellow, orange, whatever color you have. I love Riri so much.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I love her. I really do. And she's everything. She's a princess, and she's got all this money and all this stuff. At first I thought this was, cute. They were together. This was cute. It was sweet. And then she got pregnant and then all this came out. I don't know.
Yeah.
I pray, hope for the best. That's all I say. Because I'm for Black love. I'm for Black love.
Wow.
I'm not.
Yeah, because that was a little, because he got locked up. He
and
got locked up
so
before,
serious.
like right after they got off of the plane. So as somebody who just enjoyed a vacation, they had a great time, and then all of a sudden,
baby shower,
as Gary says, Leroy then got locked up.
He did turn into Leroy, didn't he?
But Gary, you got to remember, she has dated outside of her race as well. So
she was dating a damn billionaire. She should have never left him here. She should have at least had a baby for him.
But don't think he could have been raggedy. He could have been raggedy too. We don't really know what happened between them now.
But he would have got arrested after they got off a trip. I tell you that damn much, honey. And then, honey, all the other stuff that she did.
Well, rich people are billionaires. They have different kind of crimes. They have different kind of crimes.
And I think Rihanna is not going to marry A$AP Rocky. He probably don't have access to her damn bank accounts, honey. So I'm gonna say Riri probably smart in that perspective. What y'all think about Shirley and the red flags talking about dating someone that's being locked up? Leroy done got locked up. Gary, Vicky, Gary is clocking it. I love this type of messy. Come on, Shirley. Shirley need a financial manager to help her get all her business documents in order. Oh, Lord. All right.
Like,
Yeah.
their crimes are not like gun related or whatever.
Say, well, your husband, honey, did some white collar crime, and honey, the fraud of the whole company said, oh, he done shot a damn Negro, and girl, now all this, oh, honey, I feel sorry. That baby should never read the press when they get older. Oh, pleasant.
Okay, so speaking of that, Kimora Lee Simmons, do you think that she should have seen red flags with her? Is he her ex now? She's married to a really, really rich guy who wasn't really, really rich because apparently, allegedly, he was stealing money.
I think they divorced.
I wonder. If
you know what?
With her,
because he was married, to two other people.
Yes.
Yeah.
And was going in his ex.
He was married to two other people
and sending Kimora Lee, hey, you want to go on vacation with us? And blah blah blah, and
posing as his wife.
Is this a bigamy, guys? He was married to two other people. I'm just here. This is a subscriber's request, baby. We just here on the front porch, right?
So, but I wonder if there were some red flags for her to see. But see, I would think Simmons was cool with this guy. So I would think
Kimora.
And they had that, you know how white people do. They still friends with their exes. And
that's the red flag.
That right there.
A red flag is being friends with the exes. What about the exes coming to the damn wedding saying, I apologize?
Cool with them. That is a red flag. Okay.
And then he turned around and sued them.
Yeah.
So
it's true.
Yeah.
But honestly, ladies, and you too, Gary, don't you think, if you feel a certain way about a person, you ignore the red flags if they're there. You ignore them. Mm-hmm. I mean, I can think of several I've had when there were flags, and I chose to ignore them and keep it going, and it never turned out well. But I can't say that there weren't red flags. There were. I just ignored them.
Yeah.
And a lot of women do that, guys too, I'm sure. But we do that.
Gary, what are some red flags that you think that you
and just because you're
yeah.
Gary, what are some red flags you think or that you've seen and that you may have ignored?
You know what? Believe it or not, I don't think I ignore red flags, and that's probably why I'm by myself now.
I don't want to bring up our first episode.
I was going to bring it up, but then I said, you know what?
The name of it, Shirley, is I'm in love with a crackhead. And
that's the name of the episode. And it was Gary.
I would say had to be some red flags.
So, there are a few red flags
in it, Gary. So don't
Shirley, we talked about it.
Oh, you want just really, Gary?
Oh.
We're not on the phone here.
We're not on the group chat.
Oh,
we're gonna take care of that.
But yeah, I mean,
yes. Okay. Thank you. Gary said he gonna bleep it.
Yeah, but I mean,
history.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Shirley?
I was saying there's a thing called chemistry that can't be ignored. And a lot of times when you have chemistry with a person, it's that feeling, that euphoric feeling, and you ignore everything because the chemistry is so strong with this person, know, and that's you're saying, huh?
Bleep that damn name, Shirley. No more calling.
She said if you can say it, she can say it. So like, you're already out of it now. So now it's on.
We got it.
Wait, Gary,
Oh yeah,
our producer.
But I think, do y'all think that some of it is sometimes you stigmatized?
Of course, that's what it is. Most of the time, I've encountered so many different ladies and different stories where either you got to bail somebody out of jail, he's dropping you off at work and using your car
to go see his other chick.
Okay, like. He's celebrating his birthday out of town somewhere, and you never even knew.
But
like there are a lot of different.
No, I have had a situation. There was someone that I was not stigmatized at all. I was just like, I mean, I just felt like I wanted to save this, not save him. I can't say I wanted to save him.
No, that's true too.
I was
like, you think you can change him?
Yeah, I was like, I can change him. Surely he wouldn't be doing this to me. I'm too kind. I'm too nice. Like, I'm going to show him that he doesn't have to be this jerk. But the thing is, he was that jerk.
Yeah.
And there was nothing I tried, you know what I mean? But what men don't understand is that once we're done, we done. You know what I mean? Like men done. Men don't understand that once women finish, once we're done, they always want that old thing back. But once women are done, generally, we're done. It's too late. You know? So
did you forget your point about red flags? You said, or you were about to say something about red flags.
She forgot.
Well, I did. To answer your question, I did forget.
I'm gonna pause it right there. Get over here to the chat. I read y'all comments in a minute. Ooh, y'all said, is they talking about Ernesto? Shirley, girl, please. Shirley, well, you damn sure ignored the red flags. Oh, Lord. She talking to herself right now. Bingo. She answering her own questions. Gary get a pass from me. Nesto been sneak dissing him for a long time. Okay, so this payback. Did she call Nesto the day before, or did she go to the wedding? Several of his exes were at the wedding. Okay. Is the video? Oh, I'm not giving a date. Oh, it's the chemistry or the mixture of the LV. They say it's the LV. It's the LV. Okay, because he keeps bringing up Dre that she called him to apologize the day before the wedding. Or when you have LV, it's grown. Okay, it was the eggplant, Miss E. Gary has had a few exes that are red flags. Oh my God. What y'all? Oh my God. I hope her chemistry was not strong with Nasty. Sounds like Nesto. This is so telling. What do they know? Hey, Rat. Sit this one out, Shirley. Oh, this is your life, Shirley. Oh, no. You can see Shirley mind working. She was thinking she even forgot her answer. But they keep kind of talking over her. It's like she's the guest. Can y'all like let her get her points out first, or go to her first, when you ask the questions? Because she is the guest. Okay, you changed a ninja lane. Yep, I've done that too, and I've learned my lesson. Never again. I want them to talk about the side chicks. Don't talk flag Shirley. Oops. Gary, I'm not. Y'all gotta chill.
Very short attention span. Anybody who knows me knows I have a short attention span.
I'm glad.
But so are the other people. So are the other people on this show. So no worries about that. Both of them.
Yes.
I will say this: we stay in those bad relationships way too long. We really do, because I think we're sitting there hoping and wishing and praying that they're going to change. And we as women always think we can change a man. We can't change anyone. We definitely can't. We can only change ourselves, and we stay way too long and take that abuse much too long.
Okay, but we're saying us as women because we have the experience and we know the woman experiences. But y'all know who I'm starting to feel really sorry for?
Oh,
and I know you're going to say, girl, please. Rob Kardashian. He got a real one with Black China. I mean, I feel like he didn't expect Black China to be, I think he got a real hood girl. And he wasn't expecting her to be the way she was. And I feel like she was too much for him. And I feel like there were some red flags that Rob Kardashian definitely missed. And then I think his family tried to come to the rescue, but it was too late.
First of all, you're forgetting there's a triangle. There are a lot of parties involved in this whole saga.
We know Tyga,
you have Tyga and Kylie who were together when China was with Tyga. And then
Yes, but
To
still,
me,
it
seems like it was a game plan.
But I think Rob was so not used to. I think he didn't know he was part of the game.
He don't
Black
now,
China. Yes, he does.
He
I think
wanted
Black China
black.
was trying to get
I
Tiger
agree,
back.
B. Williams.
He wanted black just like them damn sisters got black. He said, well, shit, let me get some black.
Let me get one.
And honey, he got with her. So
I think
y'all
so
got
too,
some
Georgia
black men.
Peach.
Let me get some black movies. So honey, got with China and
some black blood.
And that wasn't the piranha he wanted, baby.
Okay, that wasn't the snapper.
Ready for her.
That wasn't the snapper, baby. Miss China said, "Oh, bitch, you want them there?" So baby, Miss China came on in. But you know what? Speaking of that, I don't mean to change the subject. Girl, what you think about Miss Katie Holmes?
Okay, let's pause. I agree with y'all. I thought China and Rob would have done better. They probably would have still been together if it wasn't for the interference of them damn sisters and the family, the mom, because we never heard of China cheating on him, blowing bags, tricking on ninjas. I really never heard when they were dating. I heard nothing bad about China to the point where they needed to break up. I think they were just mad because China got her damn lick back when Kylie started messing with Tiger. And I think that's was what the real issue was. But they've been stabbing friends in the back, sleeping with their men throughout history, honey. They look history, that is. So, baby, somebody got the one up on them. I agree with y'all. I thought China really did like him. I didn't feel like he was a trick. And they doing the same thing with the baby now Georgia Peach. But you think about how they're doing their kid. Nesto didn't even change his underwear. Shirley had to buy his stinky ass new ones. Yes, the triangle was messy and nasty. His family, okay, I think I knew what you meant, Georgia Peach. They use black women, they culture vultures, and then discard them. Right. Who was it? Trina was dating basketball man with the stanky beard, James Harden. Chloe started dating him. Okay. Who else? We said Kylie and Tiger. It was somebody else that they crossed and started dating their man too. I can't remember everybody off the top of my head, but China pulled a reverse on ass. Gary is crazy. Yes, the Kardashians, baby. They trash. Rob had issues. Yeah, he got low self-esteem. And I think he don't know his place. Like, he got an identity crisis. He was on them pills. He was on them medication. He blew the hell up like a submarine. China was good for Rob. I think so. Rob and China were both trauma bonding, but Rob told too much of his family. He was a mama's boy. Besides, she has a real Kardashian last name, baby. You know they went and trademark the baby name. I'm like, how you gonna trademark my baby name? So China cannot make no money off of her daughter like they do with their kids. She was good for him. His confidence really improved for a while. I think so. Rod wasn't allowed to live his life once he got with China, and then they tried to get possession of the little girl. I think they were successful. French Montana. Yes, French Montana as well. Yep, motivated him to lose weight. Megan Good, Trina, and China. Thank you. They date each other's men. Ooh. I didn't agree she was on drugs and Rob was depressed, but I think that she has definitely transformed her life. Not sure about Rob, but China looks happy. Yep, I watch her on the family, not the family business, the Black Captains, and she's doing a good job to me on there. Yes, okay. I have the name in my setting to not appear on my timeline. I need to learn that trick, Georgia Peach, because I can't stand them. You meant Lauren London? With who? Weezy F Baby? Who? Not the marathon. Nipsey? With who? Vic. Okay, y'all. Who do they feel sorry for? I think that's where we left off at. We got about 15 more minutes.
Bitch.
I don't even
What
know what you're talking about.
happened?
Please clue me
She
in.
got a new black man. Kate Holmes is dating this guy. She got a good. His name is Wooten. His last name was girl. Where y'all
Yeah,
been?
Will Wooten is it, baby?
Baby,
Oh, I
Miss
didn't know
Holmes.
that.
Miss Kate Holmes say fuck it.
Is it Will Wooten, baby? Is it woo woo woo?
Yeah, honey. And he met him out.
I
He
thought
is
she was
cute.
done after
Handsome.
January.
No, oh no, Shirley, baby. She went back black, honey.
And I'm
Miss
telling
Holmes?
you, yeah, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
Miss Holmes
He
say
looks
that.
different.
Know what
He
they
looks real
say.
artistic.
Yeah, honey. Yeah, Miss Holmes, honey. She said, honey, she had to hide Jamie. She said, but she ain't hiding this one, honey. She got
Jamie
them
Foxx.
all out in the
Who do you
public.
think wanted to hide?
Wow.
Do you think
I
he wanted
wondered
to hide?
Jamie
that.
one
You know,
time.
I've
Jamie
always
one time.
wondered that.
Why would Jamie want to hide? I mean, she's Katie.
Because Jamie just wasn't ready. I mean, you know, I just don't think he was ready for it to come out. But
He was
honey,
with a white
just-
woman.
Yeah.
What do you think, Shirley?
And you know, they called Jamie the Black Hugh Hefner. So he was,
That part.
you know, one of those just bachelors
Yes.
forever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's not, he
What they
doesn't want
call
to be
Ernesto,
committed
girl?
like that in public, you know, because there's too many women out here. There's just too many for a man like him, a successful black man with money and all of that. You know, yeah, it's easier or more fun for him to be the Black Hugh Hefner than it is to settle down with one woman.
But
you know,
Johnny,
unfortunately,
so-
but that's how it is.
He's
over
had
50,
parties,
Common.
those
Like, wow.
parties
I know
in
Lorenz-
Hollywood. Like
Oh,
they
Tory
say
Lanez.
that
Yes,
Jamie
I forgot about
Foxx
Tory Lanez bald head
Hey,
self.
naked
Yes.
basketball.
Okay, so
Yep.
I wasn't gonna bring that one.
Where
That
I brought it. I couldn't
I
have
forgot about that.
I promise y'all, if Jamie Foxx was on top of me, bitch, all I was thinking about is damn Wanda. Looking at my face, girl. Honey. No, man, bitch.
Very hell.
Girl, I couldn't have it, honey. Sorry.
First of all, you're not gonna take it all the way back to Wanda though.
Yeah, bitch, he couldn't get on top of me, girl.
Yeah, he is too old
No,
for that.
man.
Yep, long time rumor about the naked basketball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
But y'all,
Mhm.
what do you think
Mhm.
about? Okay, so he's one of those.
That's some of
We're
that
totally
Diddy
on the
shit.
subject now. Common is another one who stays, like he'll get engaged, but he won't go all the way. He's been engaged to some and dating
Yeah, I
some
agree.
fantastic women. I mean, you know what I mean?
Beautiful.
Like
Commit-
beauties, women who
Yeah.
are committed to him. What?
Commitment phobic man.
talking about
He's
Lorenz
another one.
Tory Lanez.
Just when it comes to making that long-term commitment, that marriage or whatever, he's not with it. And I love him. He's so
I love
sexy
it.
and all of that. And he can get
Look at
these
him.
beautiful, successful women, but can't keep them because he doesn't want to go all the way, you know.
Mm.
And I hear Tiffany Haddish is dating someone.
Oh, really? She
I
got her
heard the
little
same
piece?
thing.
She won't
Let me
tell
look it up
She-
now. Let me look
She
something else up.
definitely puts it out there. You know, just saying little things about what happened between her and Common. And I think that she would be willing to spill tea on Common.
Seems
but
like she wants to,
she's trying to
doesn't it?
keep it cute.
Gary done
She
Seems
dropped
like
really
she
down.
wants to
cute.
tell,
Oh, no,
like really bad. She
Gary.
wants to
Oh, there
say,
you go.
Mhm.
you know, here's the deal
we
with
gotta
Common.
see
But
Shirley now.
she
Because I
hasn't
think
yet.
he said, you know, it was the distance or something
Yeah.
to that
And she's
effect. And
kinda
she was like, is that what he said? Okay,
Mhm.
you know what? We're gonna go ahead and go with that. Cause
Distance? You think it was distance?
well, I
When they
listen.
could easily jump on a plane
Hello,
or have a house in
plane.
Chicago and have a house in LA, I don't think it was distance.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
just don't,
Just
I
don't
just
break
don't
you
think
up.
she probably wanted a family to get married like all of them do and have kids, and he's not with that. He's one of those perpetual bachelors that will probably never get married, or you know, he'll be
I was
old.
going to say, at
old,
what
old.
age
I was
do
gonna say,
these
it's gotta
guys
be
When they
settle
asses
down?
can't get up no more. That's what age they married. They gotta use the blue diamonds for sure.
Oh,
That's what I want
No,
married.
Gary hell.
And guess what? And they can still get a young, they can go get a 30-year-old, 25, 30-year-old
Yeah.
woman, even at, you know, at an advanced
Mhm.
age because of who they are. So I guess, you know, why should you settle down?
Yeah,
Mm.
I agree.
Not
And a lot
that
of
there's
women
anything
are
wrong with
doing it.
younger men. I mean, because
Yeah.
if you can get it.
I think I've always dated and married. Both of my husbands are younger than me. I'm not a cougar, but
Okay.
but
Same,
it just
same.
happened that way. It just
Yeah.
happened that way.
That means
Sound like
you're
somebody else on the show
Right, Tap.
did that.
Uh-huh.
All right,
Who?
She on
Who?
top
Spill
of you.
it.
Have Frida's.
But you know,
it's more fun, right?
Thinking about that because someone asked me like how young I would go because this young guy had asked about me. But when I asked how old he was in his 20s. And I was like,
wow,
that's too young for me. Like I can't like 20s.
But I don't know about you, Shirley, but when I met my husband, I thought he was my age. He's 8 years younger than me. But I thought we were the same age because number one, he's white. So I'll always look younger than him. So that's the
give us some
okay, ma'am.
That's just the truth. I'll always look younger than him.
Shirley gonna give us some tea. I think.
But I thought he was my age. I had no idea how old he was. What about you? Did you know your husband's age when y'all met? Did you know he was younger?
Yeah. He thought I was his age. He's a lot younger than I am. He thought I was his age. So I was like, yeah, let's go with that. Good. When I told him how old I was, he was kind of floored. But, you know, by that time it was too late. He was deep in love.
You had him.
Deep in love, baby.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a problem with it, and neither do I. I think we sync up, you know, pretty well. You know, I don't have a problem. We don't have many problems as far as age goes, so that's a good thing. You know, I think it's what's in your heart anyway. You know,
right. And I think once you get to a certain age, you know, like 20s, that's, you know, we're kind of
that's a little bit too. I need at least mid-30s. Like I'm only 40, so I'm like,
you can do that.
Yeah, I could do. I just feel like a 20-year-old. I'd be tired. Did y'all see that video where the girl was dating a younger guy and he was like, "Come on, let's go out, let's do it." She was like tired. Like, why did I decide to take this?
I've seen that video.
Like I can't. I don't think I can do it.
Saturday night's Lifetime and chill.
Okay.
I ain't dating nothing younger. I told
Gary, you know what? I don't. I'm sorry to keep putting your business.
Gary finna cut out, but Nesto had dating a lot of older women. Carol was also older than him, but I guess he was trying to, you know, play like Shirley is the first older woman he's dated and married. I'm not sure, but stop the damn cap, Nesto. You know age ain't nothing but a number. Don't brag about them lower hubby, Shirley. Nesto knows, oh God, how she was. Shirley at like your internet going out. Deep in love. I think it's a little delay too with her. I don't know. Shirley capping. Know that ninja knew you were out. Deep in them damn pockets, baby. Deep in the pockets. Okay. She said, as for me, okay, as far as age goes. Yeah, with little trepidation. But what else? So I'm like Georgia P. She said, as far as age goes, we don't have no issues. But what are the other issues, Shirley? Erica had all your info. Nesto knew everything about you, Shirley. That was part of his con. Did he know Erica at that time? Nesto wanted a mom. Hey, Miss Buckeye.
This out here from conversations that we had today.
Let's do it.
But so I was on the phone with Gary and he stopped at a gas station, right?
What happened?
And now it gave me some insight as to, you know, we've been trying to hook Gary up and find Gary a soulmate. Yes. Okay. Really? I can probably understand why, you know, it's maybe taking a little bit of time because he saw someone that he knew. I didn't know how they knew each other, but Gary was like, pay for my gas. And I was like,
so aggressive.
Gary.
Shit, he's speaking Shirley love language. Shirley don't deal with the gas, baby. The gas tank, pumping gas, none of that. That was Nesto's job.
Gary.
What are you, like 17?
Then he says, well, go buy me something from inside of there. I'm thirsty. Just go buy me something. Oh, you don't want to buy me nothing? See, that's what's wrong with y'all Negroes. Y'all don't ever want to buy nobody nothing.
Exactly.
It's the tone.
What is wrong?
I said, is that how you flirt? And I'm like, flirt with him.
But you know what? Gifts are my love language. Gifts are my love language. They really are.
Yeah.
I completely get it, Gary. I get it. Buy me something. and I'm good.
You sitting there, goddamn, taking up my time. Then won't you pay for my gas? You see me out here doing this domestication, pumping gas,
pumping gas.
Well, go buy me a slush. And then, well, you get with the tea. Well, okay,
you say this Gary with the tea, baby. Put some respect on my motherfucking name.
Gary tickles me.
See, we trying to find him somebody.
Gary said he trying to know if you cheap up front. Now I'm giving you the little slushy to buy. Pump my gas, or I ain't asking for a Bentley or a $20,000 range. Okay, what y'all think about Shirley? Say all she need is some gifts. Gifts is her love language. Okay, so maybe that's what Ernesto knew, baby. He have to pay bills. He just had to pump gas and buy gifts. What y'all think about that? Gary is too much for me. Okay, $2 only, Gary. That's just a test. Was it Ernesto who Gary saw? They were spending all Shirley's tea on that damn Lolo. We know gifts are her love language. Gifts. Now we know for sure. Oh no. She confirmed that she's a gift. By her, Tiffany said she'll turn her head. Oh Lord. Gary said, fill it up. Tank me off. Okay, not stolen gifts. We figured that Shirley. Yep, G-Wagon stolen goes out the window.
He's not being forthcoming like he should be. Like how tall they need to be, how they need to look, this and that.
Shirley knows I'm trying to see Jesus' face, honey. I ain't got time for all that mess.
Oh my God.
Gary say he ain't trying to sin.
Well, yeah. I guess we'll just continue on our search for you.
Yes, we will. Yeah. Definitely.
Yes.
Because Gary will be a new man. I already know it. I already know.
I think you're right.
Gary in love is going to be a whole different person.
Gary will not have time for us anymore if that happens. When Gary falls in love, we're gonna sit.
That's one thing about me, honey. I will never change. When I was when I lived in Houston and I was dating, and I had a friend, honey. She was a lesbian, honey. When she
you want to tell her name too?
No,
please don't.
When my friend would come by to pick me up, honey, let's go to the mall. You ain't got to be with him. She would always come get my ass and take me away from him. But then when her friend would come, she would just kick us to the doggone curb. So honey, that's what I learned. That's one reason why I don't like hang with that lesbians, number one. And number two, honey, that's why I don't, you can't change me.
With lesbian, you think all lesbians do that?
But is that a thing? Do you guys, I feel like that's how free this is. But, when a woman gets a man.
Pause. How is free this?
When you got your man, then it was just like all about the man. Like, you don't really have time for Gary. Does she answer your phone call?
Because I have
no.
Shirley.
Oh, okay.
Shirley, I have
no. Don't blame it on the kids.
I have an 8-year-old.
Do not blame it on the kids.
I don't even
Shirley, please don't listen
if they're
to
in
her.
the car because I won't be. Okay, let me ask you something. When I'm in the car, if I answer the phone, are we having a 3-way conversation? Then of course we are. So I don't even answer the phone because I know they're not gonna let me talk. They're gonna be like, Mom.
So Shirley, did you keep your same friends? Did you make time for your friends? Is that important? Or because a lot of women feel different ways. Like, I don't know, if I get a dude, my friends might be like, no, because when you got a man, you're different and you always want to spend time.
I am not different.
But is it no, because it's important to maintain your friendships with your girlfriends and have that life as well. Or I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think so. I mean, you have to, maintain that sense of self. You don't want to lose yourself in someone else. Yeah, I maintain my girlfriends now. Sometimes we're on the phone talking for hours. If I'm in a relationship, we may not talk for 2 hours. I may just talk for 1. You know what I'm saying? I may, instead of 3-hour conversation about absolutely nothing when you're on the phone with your girlfriends, I may talk for 3 hours. 2 hours or whatever. But I'm going to,
we talk for hours.
Friends, introduce them to whoever,
we know.
We
do, talk for hours. We be talking, honey.
We know because Nesto know all your damn business, baby.
What's up?
Yeah, because we talk. That's one thing I don't like about people. Yeah, you don't have to change, honey. My thing, and sometimes men try to change y'all too, honey, so that you don't know what's going on. So you ain't need to talk to them no more and all. But honey, we talk.
That sounds like Leroy, Gary.
Yeah.
With Leroy,
that other
Leroy
person's
go
name
to
we
jail.
know.
I know now. Leroy
keep
go to
bringing
jail.
that up.
Man, and insecure. an insecure, controlling man. That's the worst kind of a man. Yeah.
And that's a big red flag.
That is.
That's a big red
Yeah.
flag.
Then if you ignore that red flag, that's on you, because you need to get out of there if they're controlling. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, this is what I want to ask you, Shirley. I know you're a married woman now, but for the people who are still single, just say if Gary, wants to meet or me, wants to meet somebody, where is the perfect place to meet
the barbershop,
or to meet somebody? Do you still think it's the grocery store? A lot of people say it's not the grocery store. When I go to my grocery store, it's just a lot of veterans in there shopping. So I'm just saying it's not like, no. I'm saying it's not like, somebody that I'll be like, oh, let me pass my number. They're married. They're like with their
the grocery store. They're buying groceries.
But a lot of people say you can meet men at the grocery store. Meet somebody.
Yeah.
Stop.
It's an interesting question, because I just look at it this way. You can meet a man anywhere. It doesn't have to be a specific place, as long as you, carry yourself a certain way, as we were talking about earlier, as long as you look good, because men are visual. You can meet a man anywhere, in your apartment complex, anywhere, just as long as you're ready. You look good, like ready. I say, you carry yourself a certain way. Anywhere. And some of your single friends, your single or your married friends, somebody might just be divorced, get them to hook you up with people, or introduce you, make the introduction at least. But I think everything is open for meeting people. Now once you meet them, you got to do your due diligence and make sure. I have Invisaligns, and they get stuck sometimes. But anyway, my braces do. This is a new experience for me.
I have braces. You might can't see it in the video, but I understand.
Finish, Shirley. Finish.
I hate them. I absolutely hate them, but you got to wear them. But it's the Zoom fault. It's Zoom's fault. I blame it on Zoom. But anyway, I think you can meet a person anywhere. I just really do. I don't limit myself, and I tell my friends, don't limit yourself. But if you have good friends, they can introduce you. But just once you meet that person, do your due diligence.
Yes.
Investigate them, whatever you want to call it. Google them,
check,
do all of that, because you need to know. You need to know who you're dealing with now, because it's crazy out there. But I don't limit myself as to where I can meet a person. I never do.
Just be ready, ladies. Number one,
just be ready.
Be ready.
But what about? Every time I'm in the grocery store, I'm always at the produce department. I love the cucumbers, and I'm always looking at them and stuff.
But carrots,
nobody stop by.
Nobody's like, oh, that's a large cucumbber. Oh, do you like large cucumber? Like, what do you want to say?
Can you handle that?
You gotta see what you want to put in your salad. I'm like, I'm gonna put this in my salad.
You just post it up in the produce section at the grocery store.
Yeah,
really.
Gary's trying to be funny. Put in his salad. Okay.
He is right. Do you cut the skin off your cucumber?
No,
I'm gonna cut the chat off.
I like all the skin off, honey.
Oh no!
Wow.
No, I can't. No, Gary.
Imagine that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, this has been an amazing conversation. I'm Shirley. We love you.
Stay ready.
Love you, Shirley. I'm so glad you were able to hang out with us today.
Absolutely.
Love you. If I had known that you and Gary was cool, you would have been a long time ago. Jealous. Y'all call us on three-way. Next time y'all having a long conversation. We want to talk.
No, we want to talk.
Okay, for sure.
Okay, so tell us again. I know you told us earlier, but where people can go to find your new candles.
Your social media, everything. How can they reach you?
I mean, we know. But
I'll do my social media first. My Instagram is @mygirlshirley, @mygirlshirley. And my new candle collection, you can find that at loveshirleystrawberry.com. loveshirleystrawberry.com. It is called the Love Collection, and I will be at Phipps Plaza on Saturday, this coming Saturday, the Saturday before Mother's Day, just in time, from 1 to 4 p.m. I'll be upstairs at a store called Merge Co., MERGE Co. It's a Black-owned company. They have Black designers and artists from all over the world. And
Okay. Thank you, Shirley. And oh, I have someone already up here waiting. And thank you to the subscriber that sent this to me. I would have never found it on my own. Hey, CW. I already got Shirley, this interview didn't age well at all. Come on, Shirley. Y'all leave Shirley alone. Aw. Hey, Latita.
Good evening, everyone. This is what we have been talking about when we talk about the fact that Shirley is not introspective. Everything she said is just almost, I know y'all don't want to talk about this damn book, but she said some similar things in the book. And she knows the stuff about herself. And she don't think about it. This shit is crazy. And what I love about this interview, though, is they kind of hit note for note everything that she's gone through. Every single thing. And Gary is messy because some of these questions, if it's my friend, you ain't asking me that stuff, knowing what I got going on at home. But that's probably why he did it. Oh, Lord. Shirley is a mess. This is a mess. So this was from what, May 2022? 2021? Hold on, Lady T, I can't hear you.
I wasn't talking. Hold on. Go ahead. Keep going. I'll answer your question. Hold on.
Okay, so I just wanted to know like what the date was again, because if this is like 2022, this is probably a mere few months before the man that she has all this chemistry with is about to get locked up by the Roswell police. She didn't look at no red flags. She might have known. Somebody said in the comments that she might have known about him. It's true. She probably didn't know about his record, but she didn't give a damn. She wanted a man. He was younger. He seemed to be into her until he was not. Like B. Williams said, he was deep in love with them pockets and was.
Mm-hmm.
Like this just was a mess. I was expecting foolishness, but I wasn't expecting this. Like, boy, howdy. And I'm going to shut up because I know Vic is up here. So I'm going to give her the floor.
I'm looking. Hold on. I'm looking for the thing. Date. Hold on.
Oh, my goodness. This is crazy.
What? Oh, my God. I'm coming, Vicky.
I think it was July, a lady. July 2022, I believe. Yeah, she is fake. She only cares about how things look. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Interesting. This is crazy. Yeah, she only cares about appearances. And it's clear even in this interview, you know, she's got her big ring on and that's cool and that's good, you know. And she talked about how you need to look good in order to meet this man and make sure you're looking good. And, oh, you need to be looking good. The number of men I have met looking bummy out in the street is ridiculous. Because for me, that's typically when men will approach me, you know, but that's just me. Your mileage may vary, but it's not about all, you know, it's not all about how you look. What is your personality like? And I think that's how, you know, she was attracted to Nesto. She liked how he looked. She liked how he presented until he opened his damn mouth. But then again, they were in Georgia, right? So I imagine a lot of dudes talk like that. Maybe. I don't know. I've always been told not to date anybody from Atlanta because they all scammers and look at the material, you know? and maybe that's not true of every man from Atlanta or from Georgia, but we have a lot of evidence to the contrary. But this, Lord, I'm with Gary. What did he say? He was like, I asked too many questions. So you ain't gonna get too far with me. It's true. Shirley didn't ask no questions. Or if she did, she ignored the red flags as she sat up here talking about red flags that you shouldn't ignore. That is why I say homegirl has not an ounce of introspection or discernment, because those two things will take you very far in life. And I'm out.
You out? Oh, you acting like glorious.
No, I'm gonna stay up, but I'm
Oh,
gonna
okay.
yield the floor.
Hey,
Girl.
Vicky.
Hi everyone. Hi Leticia, hi Lady T-Bug, hi chat. Just from the Steve advice. Like, sir, you have okay, I understand some people think that just yes, sometimes you have to get married a few times to get it right. And
Yeah.
some people, use that as a bragging point and Steve seems to think that he's got it that he got where he is because he always presented well. No, people used to make fun of him. He got where he is because he's cutthroat and he's willing to do whatever. And the he's the advice that he's given women, it's superficial advice in order to get men, and it's not teaching them. It's not if you're trying to be a teacher or to be an elder for the streets or to be lead
Mentor.
a mentor.
Mentor.
Yeah,
Hmm.
be a mentor for people. And as far as relationships go, it does not that type of advice. Yes, it's some of it can work, but it doesn't make a a deep soulful connection.
It's
You
meant
know,
to make you more pliable for
yeah,
men. That's the
yeah.
point.
And I love Gary. I always love Gary. I ain't gonna.
He is so
Listen.
funny.
Those are the kind of like I miss like the old gays that my grandma used to hang out with. I do, I really do, because they get to a point where they do not care, and I mean they're like whatever. No, when they said well, Shirley said I love black love, I don't. Like Gary,
That was good.
go buy me something. Hell, pump my gas.
Fill
I
her
can
up. I'm not mad.
even when there was a time where Gary's battery went out, and Ricky came and changed the battery himself, and Gary's just like, okay, thank you, I appreciate it. I mean, it just he is who he is, and I love it. I love it about him, and I wish that's the kind of confidence and like don't give a f that I wish Shirley would have developed. So you can still be a lady, but you can still give people your behind the kiss and stand up for yourself and still be successful and make your own self proud. But when she's talking about red flags, the controlling,
All
what
of
is,
that Vic was crazy.
yeah, yeah, it just
Love language,
your
gifts.
the gifts, the gifts. Well, okay, so we know that she just as long as he gives her something, she'll shut up, and he gives her grandiose gifts. So it's what is she? What type? I don't want. I want to say it was a Range Rover. Range Rover.
What?
The no a G wagon. G wagon.
G
I'm
wagon.
sorry.
Oh, okay. That's what
G-Wagon.
I was trying to
He
make
gave
sure I understood what you were saying. Okay.
he gave her the G wagon. He gave her these big giant gifts to really shut her up. Okay, we're getting evicted. Here's a G wagon. All right. The year before you probably caught me doing something or something. Or you suspect me of doing something. Here's a big giant pretty ring. Like
But you got my wages garnished, nigga.
girl,
No.
The teacher like, no,
and she's sitting up there in Tasha and Ronald house. Like you don't even have a home of your own, and although she looks good and she presents well and she speaks well, this is just it's like, ma'am, are you? I really want to know, like, was she even thinking about like her own situation at that time? Or when she says, "You don't need to know how to cook to keep a man." No, you just need to hand over your full paycheck and pocketbook and full control of your
And your
life. And
brain.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes, right. It just it. I mean,
She said her man was deep in love with
gee,
her.
he was already deep in love.
Yeah,
Yes, he
you don't have
was.
to be able to cook. You don't, you only need to be able to look good because he doesn't want those things, right? He wants to
He
use
went
your
home
name to
anywho.
run
He
his
went home
scam.
anywho.
Yeah, girl. He want a paycheck. He want the like. He wants, and the fact that she's kind of like she's so nonchalant about things. It doesn't seem like she does not give passion. I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep saying it. She does not give me the type of oh, speaking of that, the candles. Shirley Shirley is she's comfortable where this is her passion. The radio is her passion.
It is.
And
I think so.
I and she likes the format of being able to come into work and do like have it know that she's going to have a steady paycheck. She does not want to do anything on her own.
So I would say radio is her passion, but it's not. Because in listening to her talk about coming up in Chicago and being on the radio, this lady comes from a legendary media market. She came up in, with Doug Banks, Carol Ford, I think might have been on the radio in her younger days. She had big time people to look up to. There is no reason why Shirley should not have been a much bigger name in national radio before Steve Harvey. Shirley could have been Wendy Williams if she had actually applied herself.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I don't think she wants to be that though. I think she likes, yeah, she likes to play, passenger seat to it. She wants to, she may know everything and know how to do the job like with her eyes closed, but she doesn't want to be the complete face of it.
Yeah, she doesn't want to lead. She does not want to lead the thing. She just wants to be a part of it. And I think that has not served her very well. Given the career, the shows that she's been on, the people that she's worked with, and the real money that she deserved. Like she could at least, I don't know if she was negotiating her $400,000. That's a lot of money. Given the work that she's done to even get Steve Harvey into shape on the show, she deserves a lot more money than that. Let's just be real about it.
Okay.
To me.
I agree with you.
Yeah, she does not want to be like a mic or mic one, I do think that had like you're right, had she applied herself, she really would have went further. And to be honest with you, I mean, I don't think Steve is going to retire anytime soon, like as far as the radio show goes. But if, they keep going, she really, I mean, she does, her friend was right. I don't know if that was Panay.
It was Panay.
Okay. Her friend is right. You do need to brand yourself outside of the show because she's now like having to reestablish herself, her credit, her finances and everything. And if you're trying to leave a legacy for your grandchildren, maybe not so much her daughter, but at least for the grandchildren, she should try to get something. That candle line could have been something. And I forgot about that she said that Panay took the website, the URL.
But does she really know that, or she just assumed it?
I would assume that. I mean, this is me assuming.
No, I think that's a question. I'm just, you know how I am. I'm really thinking about that.
I think she would find out, but she doesn't want to do the research to find out.
I don't think it would be hard to tell because, like, what she's saying is she bought the domain from under her. So I assume Panay used the domain,
right?
And that's how she was able to confirm it.
Okay.
But if she didn't, then she's just, supposing, unless Panay made that who is, when you buy a domain that has that who is data, like who owns this. If that was public, then she might have been able to tell. But Shirley ain't about to look up who is data. She don't even know what that is.
Real, and I posed that question before over here. I wonder if she even owns
her name,
Shirley Strawberry. Could she have did a spin-off of the Strawberry Letter and things like that. I wondered about that.
She could have been doing what's the place that does the strawberries, isn't it called Shirley's Strawberries, something like
Sherry's Berries?
Sherry's Berries. She could have had a Sherry's Berries partnership.
I think she did have a Sherry's Berries partnership.
Shirley.
Because somebody in the chat one time, a long time ago, said that they bought quite they bought um several arrangements of Sherry or several boxes of Sherry's berries using her code.
Oh,
So I
okay. So
think
that
they
was
Oh,
smart.
that's probably just a sponsor. That man gave her like, I wonder what type of. Because when
I
you
don't
get
know.
use those codes, you may get
Yeah, but
something.
what I'm saying is she could have like her own like Shirley Selects boxes and stuff like that, or she could have done something with edible arrangements for, Shirley's Strawberries of the Month. Anything. That name just has excuse me, endless possibilities
She could
tied
have
to
did a
it.
dating thing like what Tommy's doing now, because that would to me would have been a playoff of what she's already done, far as with the letters and stuff like that. And even I said when she was not interviewing, when she did the hosting gig with Ayana, I'm like, that would have been a good like combo for her to work with her and do something. But I get it, at this later in life, maybe, starting up new
Girl,
ventures would be
screw that later in life stuff. It is not too late. Like that,
it'd be
that's
like, don't
Or
even.
she could be
cause
talking to a younger audience and saying like, "Hey, let me put you on game." Like, well, the problem is she hasn't learned anything. But if she actually had, like, that wisdom could be cool to hear.
yeah. I mean, it really could, but she's just not introspective. And I mean, I even on this show, she was still being coy and
Yes,
not
she
really
wasn't being
opening.
honest. She
No,
wasn't
she
being
wasn't.
honest.
And this was, obviously before she was still wearing her ring, and she she still seemed, happy, and she was out there. So it's, before I guess media hit, like about her, her man being locked up, she just buried her head in the sand. And I understand maybe the radio station is getting some bad press in regards to her,
I'm
but
sure.
that's when you step ahead of it and say, okay, look, I can't keep just bowing, tapping out and letting people win. Because to me, like, this is just my opinion. Y'all can disagree with me all you want to. Tapping out and hiding, is allowing him to still get the best of you and still
But not only
continue the
that, you
abuse.
let other people fill in the blanks and create a narrative.
Right.
You want to control that. As somebody in media, I would have hoped that she would
Mhm.
know better than that. But it would be really easy for her to be like, "Hey, this is a story. I'm gonna tell it to you before anybody else and tell you what's going on." But again, as a lot of people have said, Shirley comes from a particular generation where you just don't do that. Well, she doesn't do that.
She doesn't do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Because
I,
Jennifer, we
Jennifer Lewis.
Lewis, she's did a book and she's talked about her experiences. I saw Marla Gibbs is now. Y'all know I told y'all I don't read these biopics and memoirs because I think they be lying. But I don't think I'm gonna get hers. I'm very interested in what she has to say.
what
And I
I
happened
saw,
with
didn't
Marla
know she had a
Gibbs?
biography.
she's
Okay.
gonna do a book.
Oh, is she? Okay.
Yeah. Yes. I'm gonna
I
have to backtrack. I'm gonna have to backtrack.
I like old tea. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like I
Same.
like that old 60s, 70s tea because they were wild. They call us wild, but they were wild. I mean, they were wild because there was no social media around. They had the newspaper, print media, and they had a little radio and little TV spots like that would tell their business. But like some of them were out there doing the most. And when you hear the stories, it's like not my favorite church lady. Yeah, your
Yes,
favorite
she
church
was.
lady. Yeah, she was a whole faux show. I mean, but yeah, I, the highlight of it was Gary. I mean, we did get a little bit of tea like from Shirley. She really thought she seemed to be under the impression that Ernest loved her when he really resented her, and that's the sad part too. It's like, damn, you know, you hear how he talks about her with so much disdain. He does not care that he helped jack her life up.
Well,
She's
she
gonna.
she really didn't talk about him because I listened to the way that Alfreda's talked about her husband, and even though she didn't share like a lot of stories, there was a way that she talked about her husband that was very different from the way that Shirley
I
talked
bet you if
about
they would have asked her a
Ernesto.
question about her daughter, she would have been able to shut up.
And they didn't even bring her up. So what that tells me is Shirley don't talk about Sheridan unless it's something bad.
Right. That's sad
And
too.
that's
That's
unfortunate.
Yeah, it is very sad because it's like she just doesn't, she does not, she's a very guarded person. That is the best way. She puts a
Yeah.
lot of walls and barriers up around her. And I don't know if that's just that old school media training that she taps into when she does these types of interviews, but she's very, very guarded. When it comes to specific information. Her daughter's a sensitive topic for her. She's willing to share the bad things, but not, not tap
And
into.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
That rubs me the wrong way. It's okay, if you have kids to kind of like sometimes say, listen to what my kid did, but dang, at least say something good about her at some point. You probably have people thinking that Sheridan is this horrible person, this horrible kid.
Child, she got people out here at first had her, thinking like Sheridan was just, hearing Ernesto's story until we really got to know who Ernest was. Like that Sheridan was just like elder abusing her mother. Her mom is paying her rent and whatnot. When really the situation is probably more likely like I'm feel guilty for letting my husband put you out because we're so in love and I can't have you messing that up because he's so in love with me and he's trying to protect me. So you got these two kids, or you got my grandkids. So I'm just gonna go ahead and help you out on the rent, okay? All right, I'll help you out for I don't know how long I'll be able to do it, but I'm just gonna help you. And I just hope. I mean, I want this woman to have a psychological breakthrough, like scream in a pillow or something, like something to where she like actually lets loose. It just seems like I don't know. I guess I'm go ahead. I'm
Hearing
sorry.
you say that reminds me, I don't know how many people in here watch Real Housewives of Potomac, but I have watched until the last season that Candace was on, but I watched Potomac from season 1, episode 1. And Shirley reminds me a lot of Giselle Bryant.
Okay.
Always ready to gossip about somebody else, but don't never want to tell her business, right? Just like a straight up ice princess. The difference between Giselle, I think, is like she's on a reality TV show, and so like she's willing to destroy people for ratings. And Shirley is not, but a lot of their personality is kind of the same because Giselle is not going to tell her business, but she's going to tell yours. And she's going to make sure everybody knows about yours. And she has an opinion about everything that's happening with you. And Giselle, too, just like Shirley, she's just this empty vessel. She's a pretty face. Shirley is a voice. Giselle is a face. And they're just like kind of shells of people who are really all about appearances.
Okay, right. Okay, they're agreeing with you in the chat, right? We'll
Giselle
sit there and listen to your business, but never share hers. Gotcha, Glorious.
Yep, vapid and shallow. Absolutely.
Yeah,
And
she
Giselle is
is.
a gorgeous woman, but she has no personality. She has no personality other than messiness.
Well, that new lady, little, she loved to dance and be up and doing. She is opposite.
Who?
The
What new
the
lady?
new wife.
Oh, Stacy, whatever her name is.
I don't know.
See, I didn't watch this last season. I stopped watching when Candace left.
No, I'm saying his new wife.
Oh, you talking about Jamal Bryant?
She
She
seems
looks
like she got too much personality.
Yeah, she looks a whole lot like Giselle. They could
She
be
do.
cousins. To me, anyway.
Shirley reminds me of like if I had to, if we going like I want to do Ernesto. If I have to think of a movie character, y'all seen Crooklyn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember the aunt that Troy had to go stay
Aunt
with?
Song.
Yes, she reminds me of Aunt Song, and because I don't know, I just when I think of Shirley, that image just immediately comes because she's so prissy and she wants her daughter to act a certain way, but her daughter wants to like live her own life, and she's a young girl and she's so judgmental of Troy. She just reminds me of that character. Just a very like the words. B. Williams said it right. Vapid and shallow. Just all about appearances, and there's not really any depth. And when you approach them with, "Hey, this is how you're making me feel," well, I don't know why you feel that way. That's not my, I'm not trying to make you feel that way. I've done nothing wrong to you. I've done nothing but help you. I took you in, I've
I had
helped
to
you out.
work.
Right. It just, I don't know. I mean, like the interview was funny. I liked that besides the over talking of each other, I liked the interview. I
Yeah,
wish
I
they,
think they should have let her like go first and then really like let her get out what she was saying, because like you said, a lot of times she forgot. A few times she forgot what she was gonna say because they over talked her. She told them she had a short attention span, but they were so excited though, because they're fans of hers. So it's
Yes.
kind of hard when you're a big fan and like you're so excited and you want to get everything out, and then they had a
yeah.
short time frame. So I do understand, but I wish they would have let her elaborate it
But it's
more.
also a nice window into how Nesto probably distracts her as well. If he just kind of keeps talking, she'll
Mm-hmm.
forget what she had a question about, and they can just
Okay.
move on with the conversation.
Okay, I can see that.
Vic, you were gonna say something before I cut you off. I apologize.
My bad.
Oh, there she go.
Yeah. Um, no, I agree because I've said this. I've said the same thing before. I had the same sentiments that I can see how he wears her down with just like these questions. So it's one question after the other question, and then he interjects, and while she's answering, like when you could tell because of her thought process, she thinks about what she's going to say. She's very intentional with her words.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So she's thinking about what she's going to say, and you're right, she can get lost in her train of thought. So she has to think it through, and she has to talk things out quite a bit. And some people are like that. They have to talk things out because they're very careful with their words. They don't want to say the wrong thing. And he's his anxious self, but I don't think it's just anxious with him, with her, and how he relays information to her. He just is boom, 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 question after question. And he knows that she's a dingbat almost sometimes when it comes to, hey, slow down. That's why she like gets upset. What's with all the questions, hon? Because she's trying to slow her mind down to process one question, and he's on to the next one. Hapane, how my baby Gary? How this person? How that person? Oh, did he do this? Did he do that? Well, hon, what y'all gonna do today? What you ate today? How your ass feeling? How your knees feeling? How your butt feeling? And that it's just rapid fire questions, almost like you're getting interrogated. He interrogates her. Y'all ever catch that?
Yeah, he probes her. He asks her very probing questions. He wants to know what she's thinking about, what she's mad about that day. Can I store this information away for later? We've been talking about Panay on the call and the lady with the boutique and all that stuff.
Right.
He was storing that in his back pocket to use again for another occasion. I guarantee it.
He But he's careful with how he does listen to her when it's something he wants to hear. I went back and I was really, really listening to the call after the ultimatum, and it was their last conversation, and it's very interesting the dynamic that that conversation, because he had already lost control at that point, and then if I'm not mistaken, I think the new charges came out, and I think the Storm Monroe video came out, and he was calling her. He's like, and when he said, "I know your mind is all over the place," and she's just quiet and just listening. She's like, trying not. You could tell she's trying not to say anything. Still trying not to be. She's not going to be. She's not going to get out of character, unladylike. So he's like, "Well, I appreciate you. I just want to say, I appreciate you. I appreciate you for putting the paper in so I can come stay with you." And she doesn't say anything. I mean, like, it's a split second. He says, "Huh?" Like, he didn't even give her a chance to say any. She didn't say anything at all. I think but you could tell that there was something there that he knew he had fudged up. I still believe that was a plot between he and Sonia.
I agree.
Because the way he says it, if you go back, just listen to that one point where he says, well, I appreciate you putting no paperwork in there so I can come stay with you. And she didn't say anything. I mean, when I say 1 second, like half a second, he said, huh? And because she hadn't said anything at all. He didn't even give her time to answer, breathe, blow, nothing. And she's like, I didn't put in anything. And then now I don't think that's going to be possible.
But see, he's also used to her just responding right away. And when he wasn't getting that, he's like, oh, she's actually sitting back and she's thinking now. She's processing what the hell I'm saying. And she's not just responding to me. Because Shirley was thinking on that call. She had her brain turned on. And I don't know if she knew that she kind of had her power, but he understood the power dynamic at that point. And all the cards were in Shirley's hands. And he was fucked. And he knew it.
And Dre just driving, listening. That's why Dre
acting like he wasn't.
Dre was on mute, just like, damn, my partner messed up. I ain't got nothing to say. I'm just listening to you, buddy.
Yeah, he couldn't recover. He could not recover from that. He's not used to a thinking Shirley.
Yeah, and when go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
She said, well, it's over when God says it's over. All right, bye.
And then he tried to go to the text message like, no, sure, sit down somewhere.
Oh,
but
yes.
But you know what? I think for Shirley, one thing I'm gonna give her, kind of from the Leo delegation, depending on where you land, I think Shirley was probably one of those people who, when you told them the truth, as Leos are wont to do, she probably got into a lot of trouble. And she turned that instinct off. Because when we tell people about themselves, it don't always go over too well. We could be a little lethal. When we're not thinking about
I agree with that.
Because we want to hurt your fucking feelings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I hope that she is rediscovering that leonine part of her, because when we give it to you, we give it to you.
That's
and you ain't gonna like
I'm like, how is she just, I don't know how to be like that. Like, what's about Shirley?
Especially in that situation.
I want to be able to be like that, especially like professionally, and in relationships. I do want to be able to hold my composure. I mean, even though I'm a Libra and but my Libra scale will go to the depths of hell, and then it'll bounce back and try to rebalance, and I'll be like, damn, I shouldn't have said any of that.
We don't want no balance. We want to burn the shit down.
Right.
Angela Bassett.
Hello?
Yes. What y'all think about the red flags? When she says, I've ignored red flags,
we know.
I don't know the verbiage she used, but I've ignored red flags.
Hey,
her husband was a red. Yeah, her husband was a red flag. Her employer is a red flag. She is surrounded by red flags.
You've got to do research. She says she ignored red flags, but
baby, due diligence.
You've got to do, but then 15, 20 minutes later, she said, you've got to do your due diligence, Google, and and research.
Part of me felt like she didn't know who Nessa was, but the other part of me is like, you knew exactly who this man was, and you did not care. You just wanted to be with somebody who wanted to be with you. And I know Steve was probably in her ear too.
And he's wrong for that now.
Yeah, because
is.
He's on that Tyler Perry stuff where you gotta date the bus driver. You date the bus driver, nigga. No.
Nah, I probably would have dated Shamar Moore. And the what's his name? Because they are kind of fine. I would have dated. I ain't say marry, but I said date.
This is not the Build a Bear workshop. You can look good, but what are you coming with?
Right.
You have to be a kind person. You don't have to be rich, but you do have to handle your business. I don't care how good you look.
That is
with them gifts, girl.
Well, see, that's my thing. It's like I am a sapiosexual. Like I even though I like a good looking man, I need to know that you are about something. I like a hardworking man. You don't have to like be your own. You don't have to have your own business, but I need to know that you have a trajectory because if me, I'm in my 40s, so you know we we got we got time, but we may or may not have that much time. So we need to be working towards something because I do want to retire at a reasonable age. So like I need to know what your life plan is. I need you to be kind to me, funny, you sweet, spiritual. There's things about that, and but the number one thing is like you can't just come in the door with your trash bag full of clothes and dildos.
But oh, there's so many things about Nestle because I'm sure, and I can't remember in the book. Like Shirley had a list of like the things that she was looking for in a man, and they were all very shallow. It was like, how does he
Okay, I'm gonna
look?
have to go back and
Does
listen
he
to it.
smell good? Does he believe in God? And I feel like Nestle ticked some of the boxes, but because the list was so vapid, and again, it was all about appearances, he faked everything
Right,
very easily because
right.
really what the most important thing on the list was can you give me something?
Oh
He
wow.
pro- he probably read her book or somebody
I'm
read it
sure
to
he did.
him.
If he was smart,
I
he
can
did
see
because
that.
I said it before. That book is a guidebook on how to scam Shirley Strawberry. It really
Mhm.
is. And the fact that she kind of didn't realize what she was laying out, she did the same thing on this interview. If you think about it, like she's laying out all the stuff that she's kind of looking for and all the things that she's willing to ignore. So I'm sure all he did was he did what he did to his other women. He
Mhm.
tested her to see how far he could go with things and how much she was willing to accept. And Shirley accepted a lot.
A lot. And the fact that she idolizes Steve, I think he probably excuse me, he probably looked up Steve and talked to Steve and tried to get some game from
He
Steve.
did. He did. He definitely did.
Cause
He
she
may
Dion
have
I
got
too.
some. He may have got some information from Ebony,
that's that's
but
Hmm.
true
not
too.
directly, but indirectly. You know what I'm saying?
Or
Ebony didn't know. Ebony
oh,
didn't know.
but now that I never realized that Gary had worked on the Steve Harvey show. I always
I
thought
didn't
because
either.
I thought he was
He
always with
probably was
Ricky.
like an intern or something. You know.
But as long as I've listened to Gary, he's been with Ricky or he because I know he used to be Ricky's personal assistant at one point in time, and he was on
Hmm.
Ricky's reality show, and then he became a regular character, or regular host on the show. So I was not aware that he had actually worked on the Steve Harvey Morning Show, and I could see information being shared because Gary he is a little shady and messy, but he could be sharing information with Ebony or it could I don't know how cool Ebony and Shirley were, but if they all kind of run in that
Yeah.
same
Yeah, they all
circle,
Yeah,
know
you
each
know that's
other.
small. I mean, big on all regions, but I think small community. Because of Black radio. I think.
yeah, that's crazy. That I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if because we see how he like you said he probes her. I call it interrogation, but I mean same difference. He's very inquisitive about people he wants to know about, and with Gary, like he asks those weird questions about him. How Gary doing? For somebody who does not like that sexual orientation of people, he sure as hell is
He's
quite.
fascinated.
He's fascinated. How your boy Gary doing? And he acts like oh, thank you. Like he acts so.
But that makes me wonder, were the toys in the black bag for the ladies or were they for him?
Girl, I think they're for him. To be honest with you, I,
Allegedly.
I mean, I think he probably popped them back and forth. He probably did a little bit on him, did a little bit on them. If you ask me,
Okay, I
that.
said what I said. Been patiently
Oh, I'm
waiting.
sorry.
Oh no! Go off. I'm so sorry. We just going.
I'm
Go
surprised
ahead.
she ain't pop off. She must. Maybe she's there. She go.
No, I'm listening to them.
I missed that. She about to come in here. Come on. Where I think. Come on, tell me.
Oh, do I need to go on mute?
I'm going on mute too.
Why y'all gotta go on mute? And Letitia talking about, and F you. Just talking so proper and
She's so
properly.
sweet. I know.
Yeah, and nice and sweet. I'm like, that's
ready.
the nice.
She was the first one up here. She was ready.
That's
she
the
was
nicest
ready
cousin.
for the list.
That's the nicest cousin that I ever heard. And Vicky,
Give us the.
And you stop making fun of my twang, my country twang, Vicky.
I ain't making fun of nothing, girl.
Look, that impression is a little too close to that though. I need you to reel that back.
Right.
Shirley was happy with these ill-begotten gangs. Come on, tell us.
Yeah, child. She was happy about them damn gifts, and that's how he got her. It's those gifts. He already knew her love language. He knew her love language. So, baby, he was bringing everybody shit home to the house. Okay, he didn't care where it came from. All he just knew he had to go get Shirley something so she could shut up and leave him alone. That's why he was able to stay out and, be out and about and do what he wanted to do as long as he brought a gift home. And just like you said, no matter if you get evicted, no matter what happened, I bring her a nice gift, then it's all good, And so this call was, this video was very telling. What it told me was she knew exactly who she married. She didn't give a damn. And like she said, it depends on how you feel about a person. So she felt like she was in love with her man. And so whatever her man does, just go ahead and ignore the red flags. Like she said, sometimes we ignore the red flags. So, okay.
I ignored them all.
I ignored all the flags. Okay. And so that's why I say what I say about Shirley. She's full of crap. And she's very measured when she's answering these questions. And she's very measured when she's on the phone because she don't want to slip up on anything. She want to make sure that you see the best side of her life. And for them, and Gary was throwing all kind of shade towards Shirley. And this seemed like this was a damn setup for Shirley. I kind of felt sorry for her a little bit, the way they was throwing those questions out. And
Vicky, you didn't?
Hell no.
I didn't either. I didn't feel
well, I did. I felt like it was a setup. And then they bomb rushed her without, they tried to play like they were sweet and nice with it, but it was a lot of shade in this interview.
Cause Gary done spilled all the tea to them girls.
Yeah,
them ladies.
You could tell they discussed it. And Shirley really, she really do care for Gary. And that's just, shame on Gary for doing that to her. Because, that's supposed to be his girl. And you could tell that, that they're good friends, especially when he said, well, we be on the phone for hours. You're the only one she could be on the phone for hours for because he's enamored with you, sir. You're his fantasy man. So, of course, you can stay on the phone. But everybody else is fat and nasty and funky and,
Gary
trying to take her money. And, everybody else he got a problem with. But you're the only person throughout this whole entire saga that he hasn't had a problem with.
Yeah, he's never said anything bad about him.
Not one negative word about Gary. And Gary spent more time with her than anybody. So basically, Gary, he was using you to babysit his woman, and he was getting turned on all at the same time. So you had two roles, dog. Okay.
He probably did let him tell you talk to Gary.
Yes. You talk to Gary. Don't talk to Gary because he already know Gary ain't interested in you. Gary is not trying to take your money, and Gary is not a threat. And also, I can sit here and fantasize about him while you're talking to him. Just make sure you have it on speakerphone so I can hear the conversation. That's all. And that way we both can get a thrill. You get thrilled by, telling Gary all of your problems or what have you. And I get a thrill by just listening to his voice and fantasizing about him. So, Gary killed two birds with one stone. And so let me quit. But really, Gary is the only one, that haven't, that he hasn't said anything negative about. But this video was very telling of where her mindset was and is. And I don't know the timeline of the video, but I do know this much. Like I said, Cotton Candy has a very great poker face. And it matters how it looks on the outside, not what's going on the inside. And it seemed like it was a very fake conversation, in my opinion. And all she cares about is dressing, looking good, getting her hair done, her nails done. So no, she ain't gonna succeed in no other business venture that she pursues, because just like little Scooter can't finish anything, well, the only Miss Cotton Candy can't do anything because she too concerned about her look. And you heard what she said. As long as when you go out, make sure you're looking good. Just make sure you're looking good, and you can catch a man anywhere. It doesn't matter where you catch him at, but you can catch him anywhere. And I just don't understand why she didn't just I know she was around a lot of stars and stuff, you know, and a lot of high profile people. So why the hell didn't she just date the janitor or somebody that was at one of them places? Because it would have been a better fit for her than to get this scammer. And she said you're supposed to go on Google and check them out and do an investigation on them. So that tells us she did do an investigation on her man, and she just didn't care about his record, because people can change, and people are not the same person that they were for 20 years ago. But if you looked at his record, you would have seen that he was a damn career criminal. So which one is it, Cotton Candy? Did you investigate dude or not? Or did you just take his word on it? Because if you just take his word, he's very manipulative and he can tell you anything. And it seems like you believe any and everything that he say. No matter what he say, his word is law to you. And that was just at this time, because we all know she has a divorce now. But it seems like, he had her up in this whirlwind, and no matter what he said, she felt like it was law. And
but you know what? Dr. Charles said something that I thought was interesting a long time ago, where she talked about the flying monkeys that were always around Nesto, the people who kind of reinforced his message and would like go and check on Shirley and do all this stuff. Yeah. She still had a lot of that going on too. Because even if she probably had asked the question, there were other people saying, no, you're not seeing what you're seeing. You're not hearing what you're hearing. Like, don't believe your lying eyes. He's telling you and we're telling you too. So believe what we're saying. And she was like, okay, well, I'm having this viewpoint reinforced to me. So I'm gonna believe it.
And I believe that's what happened, because what call was that? Day before yesterday, when her and Dion was on the phone, when Dion and her went to go get the truck, you see how she was showing out and how mesmerized she was about Dion. And you guys, girl, that was fake. And so all of that shit was fake. And she was just showing out in front of Dion. But Dion is one of those people that hold his daddy up, like you said, Latita, and like Dr. Charles said. They hold him up. They hold him up in his wrongness. And all of his friends do. I don't know why they do that. Yeah. And I don't know what magic potion he's put on these people. But everybody seemed to feel like, well, let me just put it like this. Everybody know he's full of crap, but they accept that. And for whatever reason, they let him feel like they know he has the big head, and they just, uphold that crap like it's real, and they know he in a fake world. But I guess with him coming up with these nice vehicles and living in a nice house, even though he's not paying for anything, I guess it makes them feel like he really is the man, I guess, in some way. Because he did come up with a lot of vehicles, and he kept coming up with different business ventures that he never that was an illusion, okay? Because nothing was in his name, nothing was really paid for, but he still had all of this stuff though. So the way that he was moving, he did make it appear that he really was the man when he really wasn't. But I see that the whole circle, although they hold up his wrongness or hold him up and make him feel like he the big head, they all dissipated when he went to jail. And they, when you first get in there, everybody gonna call and check on you or whatever. But it's just like when somebody passed. Everybody is around you and wishing you well and praying for you. And hoping you get over all of this. And then after the dust settles, after that person is in the ground, for, let's say a month after the passing, and then everybody just go back and live in their own lives. And that's exactly what they did with him.
Well, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. And they did him the same way. They all were there in the beginning, and then they all just kind of dissipated away, especially after he didn't get out. And all of them are ex-criminals. Okay. They are. They all been down this road, not maybe to the extent it's daddy, but everybody been in jail before, okay? And everybody know if you don't get bonded out within the first couple of months, and in his situation, he had the money to bond out, right? So he got all the resources to get out, but for whatever reason, they wasn't letting him out. So once they saw that, everybody kind of, had a raised eyebrow, kind of looked at him sideways. Okay, well, he's really in trouble, and they must have something on him. We don't know what it is, but we know we need to get away from him, and we know that we ain't trying to be in whatever it is that he's into. And I'm pretty sure everybody probably got their hands dirty at one time. So nobody wanted to really have anything to do with him because they didn't want to be implicated in this crap.
I agree with that. Dre talks about somebody. They talk about different people, and Nestle might bring them up, and it's like, oh yeah, it's the person that we did this, and this with. So I feel like, and I'm gonna put allegedly on it, I feel like the people who are in his life were still involved with some stuff,
with some shenanigans. Yeah, in the beginning they were, but we're going on year 3, and so they see that he's still stuck off in there, right? And so whatever everybody was doing, you can rest assured they probably cleaned themselves up too. And you see, and that's why come Dion's trying to sell donuts on the side and do car washes and selling penny candy at the damn barbershop.
Selling bean pies, washing cars.
Yeah, you see everybody started trying to get a job. Everybody started trying to get a legit, not so much legit, but they got whatever it was that they were doing. They stopped that and started trying to get a regular job, even if it was a day job, but some type of riffraff job. Let's put it that way. But they stopped doing what they were doing when they were doing it with him allegedly, and that's the way I see it. Yeah. And Shirley, and I can't say it enough, Cotton Candy is just so full of crap. And she's just so fake. And even though they was trying to gaslight her in a nice way, she peeped the game and she still answered the questions real measured. And she made sure that she didn't give them no more information than what they needed. She gave them generic answers, in my opinion, is what she gave them.
Very generic, except the red flag one. Well, I think the tea was that I took from this is like, okay, so you intentionally ignore red flags because it just is what it is. Your husband was it was too late. He was in love. She really thought Nesto loved her.
Which is so sad.
Yeah, she said he was deep in love, deep in love.
He was deep in love, and
I want no turning back.
But yet they spent no time together. Him being locked up in jail for 4 or 5 months at the time. Well, this is the most they've ever talked to you. That they were deep in love though. To me, deep in love is you could wake. If you can't sleep, you could nudge your partner, your man or your husband up in the middle of the night. It's like, baby, I can't sleep. I need you to talk to me. And they don't get mad at you if you have a bad dream. They, something crazy, they will sit and hold you. Deep in love, is.
Or you go places together because apparently Nesta was traveling all over the world and she wasn't there.
But deep in love for her was bring me a gift.
Right.
Give me that.
That's her love.
That's the shallow shit. It's like, damn, girl.
But that's what she said. I mean, she said what she said. Now she said the gifts were deep in love for her, and I told you she was in love, but he wasn't. You can look at the pictures the way she's looking at him, all puppy-eyed. Yeah. She really was in love with him, but he wasn't in love with her. He was in love with her pocketbook, and it was always a scam on his in. And then one more thing that kind of like, okay, and y'all please don't take this wrong, but why the hell are you getting Invisalign at 70?
Because she want her teeth
She's
fixed.
still in the public.
Yeah,
It's to keep her teeth in place.
Yeah, I think she had a retainer before, and she kept losing her retainers, is what she said. On another.
Explain what Invisalign is. Is that the clear braces?
That's the clear retainer. It's almost like a retainer slash kind of sort of braces, but it's made for your mouth specifically.
Yeah, they're basically braces that are trays. So they are braces. They don't always work very well, but I think she's wearing them to keep her teeth in place.
Yeah.
Because, a lot of people that I know that's over 70, and I am in the country, so I'm gonna take that. I'm not, and they're not in the public.
But she in the I think it's because she in the public. She want to keep her image and look good,
And also she's older too, and as we get older, of course, as women we can lose bone density, and we know she's already gone through the change. I'm pretty sure she's gone through the change.
Exactly, that's what I'm trying to say. They're gonna fall. They're getting ready to fall out.
They may not fall out, but if she can keep
her to get dentures, I mean, what?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying. I think they can. I mean, it seems like at 70 and you're getting braces. That's too much.
I don't think she's getting them. She's had them for years.
She's had them
maintaining.
Yeah, she's made.
Okay. Because seems like that would be too much stress, especially with her losing bone density.
I think she's because she's getting older. Again, sometimes your teeth do shift based on, and the way she kind of talks. I can see that her chin juts out when she speaks a little bit, so I can see that she may need like some sort of an alignment. And as you lose bone density, it's kind of harder to keep your teeth in place. Just so to speak. I mean, I'm not a dentist, so let me just say, but just like someone who's had braces before, they shift, and so she's just. I think, like Letitia said, it's maintenance.
Yeah, more cosmetic. Okay.
Yeah. So, and Invisalign is not that bad, but it's just kind of like with the retainer, it can mess with your tongue, like when you're trying to form words. It can be a little weird. But she is very shallow. I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean,
she was blaming the fact that she couldn't come up with words on the Invisalign, just like she blamed some other stuff on the Zoom. So she's just one of those people who's like, "Oh, I'm not performing up to par, so I'm just gonna blame something."
But I'm just thinking Invisalign would just be too much stress for her bone density, and that's gonna put stress on her teeth. That's all I'm saying, guys.
I don't think it will, because it's like soft, and I can see her. She kind of almost looks like a teeth grinder, because it's soft, and you can wear it, so it's meant not to like interrupt your day to day. And you can always get different molds or different trays to as it works. But some people keep them going, and some people like stop wearing them once they get older. But I think at her age, she probably will continue to wear them.
Mm-hmm.
And again, she's vain.
To hold them in place.
Yeah, make sure that they stay in place, and because
stay up in the roof of her mouth. But I'm gonna digress. And also, let's talk about this damn pound cake, and I can understand
and the mac and cheese.
Yeah, how the hell is mac and cheese your signature thing? And you 70,
but you don't even know that it's your signature dish. She said, "I think it's mac and cheese." You wouldn't know that your macaroni and cheese is
I would expect a 20-year-old or a 30-year-old say that that's my signature meal, because my signature thing is Thanksgiving dinner. That's because of
they asked her for a dish.
A dish, yeah.
Okay.
Now, some people do have that good slamming mac and cheese. My homegirl Dana, she got the $70 mac and cheese, because we all put in, and she buys the good cheeses, like 5 or 6 different kinds of cheeses, and it's hitting. Like
I bet that mac and cheese tastes like that Alfredo that homegirl makes.
Oh my God! Last sauce, ladies.
Okay.
Allegedly.
just want to touch on the mac and cheese. Now, she that there was a 4th of July thing that her and Nesto went to, and she's like, they let me make the mac and cheese, and Nesto just looked.
See, that's
Nesto looked,
telling right there when they say they let you.
Yep.
and Nesto kind of looked over at her and just laughed, like he laughs at everybody he doesn't respect, just like he laughs at Cynthia. But my last thoughts are oh, and pound cake. I don't believe she make good pound cake, baby. Because Shirley ain't got patience to make pound cake. I don't.
Or if she does, she's using the recipe on the back of the Swans.
Swans
down box, a cup.
Girl, she goes to get Sara Lee. She gets Sara Lee and heats it up, and it's like, look what I made.
And unthaw it. Yes.
Yes. My last thought.
I'm sorry. She just don't seem like a person that be in the kitchen.
Shirley could have been a pioneer woman. I put that in the
Girl, no, she is not. You pioneer lady. Reed Drummond. No, she is not the pioneer lady. She is not patient. I don't think she's patient enough to cook. I'm gonna be honest with you. She doesn't even like pumping gas. So you think this woman likes measuring out flour and baking soda and sugar and.
Well, like I said, the key for me when you say somebody let you bring something,
right?
Versus
they should be begging you
versus
to bring
us
it.
Versus would you please make this for me? You know, it's a whole big difference. But I'm gonna digress. I'll give her that because that's what she said.
Girl.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Not even a Chicago. What's a Chicago dish? I don't know what Chicago dishes are, but like not even like make the beef for the like a beef sandwiches. Make them for the potluck.
And when did she have time to learn how to cook anyway? I'm just asking for a friend.
She grew up with her mom, so that could have been a pastime with her and her mom.
Mm-hmm. I don't know about that.
Not if her and her mama don't like each other, but I'm just
saying. I disagree.
Sure, I disagree with that. Her mother didn't. I think Shirley she's got some self-esteem issues that she needs to work on.
Her mother brought her gifts. She talks distinctly in the book about how every time her mom came home, she would bring her a gift. A parent who does not like you, who disregards you, is not thinking about you throughout the day, and certainly not enough to bring you a special gift every time they come home. You a goddamn lie.
Don't tell me Shirley was Veruca Salt. We bringing it back.
She said that. She was like, I got used to getting gifts. I did the same thing with Sheridan. Every time we went out somewhere, I would buy her whatever she wanted. And people said that I was spoiling her. And I had to cut back on what I was spending. So yes, she was.
Okay.
Well, if that's
and I'll make that my last thought.
And if that's the case, it's her mom's fault is the reason why she liked gifts.
It's her own damn. I mean, it's her own damn fault.
With that. I don't think there's anything wrong with gifts, but that's just not a priority. When I'm homeless,
That's my thing. Like, she up in there in Tasha and Ronald house, like doing this interview. I'm sure Gary done probably spilled the tea about. Don't say nothing about her not being homeless, okay? Don't say nothing about that.
Oh, that's why it was so well decorated and it looked like it had been lived in by actual people and not staged. Oh,
yeah, that whole interview was a setup, in my opinion. Gary, he wrong for that.
But my thoughts were, even as messy as Gary is, I still love you. I still like Gary.
I didn't like him. I just said it was shady.
But you know what? Gary knows Shirley. Gary, you would think that Gary would tell her the truth and be like, "Girl, get away from this man." Gary knows Shirley exactly, and
that's what I was wondering. Did Gary ever even say anything to her?
Because he knew.
If you hear her, they're really friends, and she's probably complaining about other people saying stuff, he probably wouldn't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm thinking.
Would you say that one more time, T-Bug?
If he hears her complaining about other people telling her stuff about Nesto, he probably wouldn't say anything.
No,
he probably wouldn't, but I would. I mean, some people don't want to hurt their friends' feelings, because Shirley, she takes it hard when you try to tell her stuff like that. So
yeah, she's timid. She's very timid. I gotta give her that.
And don't like correction.
Yeah.
Just don't like correction. All right, I'm gonna shut up. I'm sorry, Lady T. You trying to get out of here. I'm sorry.
Girl, I gotta go to work in the morning.
Same.
It's 10 o'clock.
Okay, I'm sorry. My last thought is damn, my last thought. Oh, Gary was probably being like real quiet during the interview because he knows that Nestor done flirted with him and
Oh,
tried to
Lord.
holler. But that's just me. That's me clocking T. Gary, that was probably Nestor at that damn gas station. Pump my gas, hell.
Yes. Go get me
That
a cushion. Okay,
you
okay.
pumping for Shirley, pumping for me. You know? So that's probably what that was, but this was a very telling interview. Like, so just the rundown of it. Shirley likes gifts. She'll turn her head if you buy her something fancy and nice and pretty. And I could kind of see. I'm starting to key in on what I said I mentioned before, that he felt the pressure to keep giving her gifts because he ain't got nothing to really give, so he got to go out and steal for it. And
Mm-mm.
it just is what it is. And the red flags, she ignores red flags. Um, and she says you have to do research, even though she ignores red flags. Can you make it make sense? Thank you, Lady T Bug.
Thank you, Vicky and Latita.
My last thought, she fake. That's it.
Thank you. I said what I said. Let me read Georgia Peach. Gary probably don't mess with a lot of DL men because he talk too much. I could see that, Georgia Peach, because not Gary in particular, but a lot of DL, not DL, what do I want to call them? A lot of gay men try to turn these DL men, and y'all know what it is. They're not ready to come out yet. So I could see that, Georgia Peach. My last thoughts are they all knew who was really the topic. Shirley talking about investigating because she failed to do so. Okay, so we was on the same page with Georgia Peach. Thank you, panelists. I really appreciate y'all coming up. And thanks to the subscriber that sent me the link to this and asked me to do commentary reaction. Bring it on the front porch. I really appreciate it. All right. I'm getting off of here. She ignored bill collectors too. Ooh, 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 ooh. Leave Shirley alone. Sure. I guess I gotta bring Steve out because they were talking about Steve. All right, let's bring Steve out to shut the F up.
Come here. Shut your stupid ass up. Say that, folks. What is your dumb ass say it?
And that was to Nesto, not Shirley. That was to Nesto, not Shirley. Good night, y'all. Good night, Georgia Peach. That tickled me every time.